I'm scared. Boom.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I need to get my notes. Well,
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh,
there we go. Not notes. Stats. Do. There we go.
Dun, 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 dun. I probably shouldn't have played Final Fantasy before this.
I thought you didn't want to be stressed, Lauren.
Yeah, I just literally came out of boss battle as well, so I'm a little bit like.
I've done the same. I've been playing Civ 6 all day and I can't stop thinking about it.
So good, right? Did you get the DLC?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
It really does expand a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, I had to turn down the environmental disasters because I kept getting hit by fucking massive hurricanes.
Well, when you pick the game rules, you have that, or you have the ages thing, that like golden eras and dark ages, right?
Yeah,
I chose that one instead.
Oh, I believe the other one includes the other one as well.
Oh, does it?
Sorry, I'm back now.
But the golden age and dark age thing is very cool.
Mm.
We definitely want that next time we go.
Cool. Let me do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, just having World Congress back is good.
Mm.
Who else do we lose? Do we lose anybody else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Right, okay.
All right, let me know when you guys are all set up and ready.
I am ready.
I'm ready.
Good to go. I'm just going to leave my camera off because I'm eating soup and it's messy.
Okay.
Oh, I want to see that mess, Dan.
I was waiting
Show me that mess.
No.
Okay, so where we left off is Lulan, you, Hestia, Tamaway, Gur, Uchi, Oni, and Hestia. I can't remember if I said Hestia. And Hestia are currently in the canals just north, east of the bell tower. You've just you spotted Tamaway defending herself on like the bank of the canal. Landed there, and all these like beast men and Northmen are attempting. Oh, sorry, I forgot the music.
Your camera.
Oh, did I?
New camera.
Oh fuck! I just started a game by accident. Oh, why'd they have to make this so difficult? There we go. And so you're on the canal, and you fly over, and you spot Tamaway with like two Tantos, like desperately defending herself, still heavily bleeding out of the right side of her chest. You come land down, save her, protect her, and there you meet like this like completely naked guy with this like lovely golden eyes, golden blonde ponytail, and he's kind of jumps down off the bridge onto this canal bank, and he's taunting you and basically saying that he's like a hunter. You've just thrown a blood spear into his leg, and he's gone like down onto one knee, and he's just like, oh, okay, fine, fair enough. Meanwhile, all these Northmen and Beastmen are like crossing the bridge, coming down the bank, and swimming across this like body and blood-filled canal towards you. Reiner, you're invisible, currently sprinting south of the south of the bell tower, so towards the south gate. Freya, you're literally flying with Leaf on your back, though your wings are about to burst, so you're going to have to land or risk falling with Leaf on your back. You are flying south of the bell tower as well, but obviously far quicker than Reiner can run. Voltrim and Devlan, you are heading west from the lake towards the market square where all the smoke is billowing quite wildly. You'll run past the bell tower. You may even come close to the canal, or at least within eye shot of Hestia if she takes off. And Angel, you are currently in the market with Thane, Durin, Thurin, Banger, Saren, and Gerwar fighting Dravik. Any questions?
Sorry to be that guy, but the map sense. I'm in the courtyard by the tower, and Hawk is across on the hill, isn't he? Where Adam and Dan are.
No, Adam and Dan are closer to you than to Hawk.
Okay, but I'll have to go through them to get to Hawk.
No, you'll probably go north. So you might see the people that they were rescuing coming across the boats.
Okay.
You're on the other side of the lake.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
I was
after Lauren.
Oh, thanks. I was just gonna say, leading from yesterday, Vera is shell shocked. So if anyone wants her, she's not gonna be like thinking straight. Just pre-warning you, she's in fight or flight. Hence why she slapped Tom away yesterday, because she's just like, you know. So if you wanted to do anything, you're gonna have to do what Chess did yesterday, just for this session and roll. Just that's it, and then Alex can decide on the rolls and stuff.
And now Thomas.
Yeah. So just rechecking the stats of the army. Not that we know specifically, but
Yeah.
going into it, we had, what was it, 14,000 Ancien soldiers, 1,005.
Shit. 1 second, sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I've actually wrote that down as well. Funny enough, we've got 14,000 Ancien soldiers, a majority of which are from Maidenhead and Barrowtown, including Henry, Geoffrey Bowman, Hunter Swan. You got Rob and Trebuchet Tom. In terms
Wait, Hunter's here.
Yep. In terms of Midland soldiers, there's
Hunter's here.
You saw him in the ball. In terms of Midland soldiers, there are 22,000. Most of them have come from Middengard, which obviously you're currently in, including the tower as well, and Oscath. So we've got Garen, the gate guard, who was the second in command to the king here. You saw him try and defend the king at the ball.
He's at the
Hawk,
docks, apparently.
Yeah, so as you've seen that the docks are completely destroyed, but he might be the one that's holding off that gatehouse with a couple of loyal soldiers. Hawk is here, who is the Archmage of the Tower of Aziliath, and Garion, who is the captain of the Templars and Lord of Manorwell. Those two are fighting side by side, Wizard and Templar on the hill, with all the beautiful restaurants and shopping district. Caitlin is here. She was holding the west gate with what's left of her Lazarus soldiers, and she let the Knights of the Silver Tree in.
And where's Henry?
In the castle.
Sorry. What's my cousin called? Not Henry.
Hunter.
Where's Hunter?
He would have been in the castle, but he was in charge of the cavalry to offer support, so he's probably wherever needed reinforcement. In terms of dwarfs, there are 2,800, the bulk of which are from Hammerhead and Durin's Hold. We've got Thane, Banger, Lord Starkhammer, Thurin and Durin, being some of the main ones. Obviously, Thurin and Durin are the brothers who are the ones that are from Durin's Hold. In terms of the elves, there were 500, all from Oscath, obviously, and they're led by Cassian. And then there was Neose is dead, Lysandra is dead, and Leaf. And somewhere out there is also Saren.
Yeah, rub that in. But I just wanted to bring it up because, you know, we got quite a lot of soldiers.
Yeah, that was when
that
was when the day started.
Yeah. And I'm sure they're doing great.
They did get ambushed, so they might have
There's fighting all in the city.
No one was looking.
Even in the south. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Lulan, we're going to take off from you, if that's okay. So Lulan, change that in the music. Lulan, you are on the bank. It's kind of like this mossy cobblestone. In front of you is one little footbridge. Behind you is another little footbridge. And across the bank are these these hairy little beast men. They look like miniature minotaurs. But they're all kind of like chanting. They typically wield these almost like homemade spears and these homemade two-handed axes. Some have two single-handed axes, and you see a spattering of some having like shields and axes. But they're brutal in terms of looking as well as brutally armed. But they wear little to no armor, mostly boiled leathers or chainmail. But they are a bulky unit. There's quite a lot of them, and they stand at 6 foot tall, all of them. Most of which is leg. Now, amongst them, you'll spot there are Northmen that probably would have survived that first direct assault, and these are like the heavily armored ones, the ones that are head to toe in brutal-looking iron plate. Some are carrying like bronze weapons, but most are in typical like rusted iron. And these men are like serious killers for them to have been alive after the first assault. And then even more amongst them and surrounding you slowly, coming across the footbridge, are like half-naked wildmen that are just wielding whatever weapon they could grab, even some like farming equipment. Some of them might have pilfered their first sword on the way in during the attack, but they're wearing like mainly just leathers, if anything at all, actually, other than kilts and shit. But yeah, and then above you are obviously wyverns still flooding the sky, although you've taken out a good number of them. The main threat of the sky right now would be like harpies, which are these annoying like flying women, feathered and like bat-like creatures. So they would extend their arms and almost like a squirrel suit have this layer of like feathery flesh there, and then taloned feet. Ready?
Great.
Cool.
Yep.
So across the bridge, all these like wild men start sprinting across, banging their shields and axes, banging their swords and axes or equipment together as they start to gather round. But they seem to be A, in fear of this man, and B, almost like following him as he puts up his hand. Even the beasts stop, the harpies kind of fly away and clear the skies. And they all stop as your blood spear slowly melts away, and he stands up. I look forward to this hunt. Why don't you have a head start?
A head start?
I don't think so. And you look behind you and all these mages are there. You wouldn't have seen them, but they're the ones that have summoned something. And behind them on your side of the canal pulls this like monstrosity of a creature. It's basically two arms on one like gaping maw of a mouth, where instead of rows of teeth, it looks like a load of like femurs, collarbones, and wrist bones, as it like pulls its way across, just desperately pleading for extinction. Its arms are made of this like visceral goop, if you will, and maggots, tons and tons of maggots and dead rats as it pulls its way towards you. Kill the bird, he yells, and you look across the bridge as these like short bow gather. And they loose a load of these arrows, and the arrows are like wicker in attempt. Hestia like kind of flaps her wings and blows these arrows aside, but a couple hit her and bounce off her muscle or dig into her wings and her feathers a little bit. Uchi sprints at the guy, and the two of them start engaging in like rapid sword play. For an old man, Uchi is blindingly fast. You see that he's still got one of his katanas sheathed as he's just wielding one katana, and this guy's just got a dagger. But a part of you feels like this. Actually, roll a d6, mate.
Oh. Let me just get the d6 there.
You need a 4 above.
4.
A 4?
Yeah.
You feel like this guy is just toying. He's enjoying this. Like his, he's visibly becoming quite aroused by this combat, and he's just like manically laughing. He's taken out his ponytail, so he's got this lovely like long mane as he's going toe to toe with this old man. Gur like spins her naginata around and causes this wind blade that skims across the canal and hits a couple of the archers, cutting their legs off at the hip. Meanwhile, Oni is like trying to block Hestia with his big armored body. He's like bouncing up and down trying to protect Hestia, and Hestia in the like panic and fury almost lashes out at him, but Tomoe is kind of like defending him from Hestia as this beast is getting closer and closer.
Is Tomoe with you guys then? Because I just...
Yeah, she is.
Okay. So...
Chest went down.
I would like to... Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna mark the monster that's going towards Hestia.
Yep.
So that's now marked. And then I want to shout to... Who's the one who used the water?
The water?
No,
No.
the wind, sorry.
That's Gur.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say go follow me and then switch positions. So the other guy's the one on the bridge doing whatever, and well, that's gonna be my suggestion for now. Because
So who's going toe to toe with the Chaos Knight?
I'm talking about the beastie.
Oh yeah, so you're focused on the beastie then.
Yeah, that's what I'm focusing on at the moment.
Okay, cool. So
I'm
as
gonna engage with the person who's mocking.
as you like rush towards this beast, its arm it almost looks like it lags a bit. Like its arm raises, and as it comes down, it leaves a trail of like maggots falling from the sky. As it splats, Gur like rolls underneath it and slices her Naginata like down its forearm, and out pours like other tiny little forearms that like grasp and pull at the ground, digging up dirt and then nails on these fingers keep breaking off, leaving like a trail of blood and pus behind it. As she like recoils back, she does like this wind slice, and it cuts into its mouth. Its lower jaw hangs down, but almost like these chain of maggots patch it together. And behind on the bridge, these like 4 priests with their throats slit in manic prayer. They're like rocking back and forth in their robes, praying wildly. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna assume because you described that I've spotted that.
Roll a perception for me. Yeah, you probably have. It's kind of hard not to when they're very vocably going.
That was a 7 anyway, but
You'll see it.
my perception. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna shout for the person who's got wind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm going after the priest. Can you give me a boost to try and get to them?
She like does this action on her Naginata as this like bubble of air appears on the flat side of the long blade, and she goes to like scoop your feet up. Roll a dex for me.
Okay, let's do this in a good color so I can actually see. 17.
Your feet land on the blade, and she like propels you like a bullet, or a tennis ball. Actually, would be more of the right way of saying it. And you fly towards this bridge with these 4 priests on, and you do this like front flip as you land behind them. None of them turn to greet you. They're just arms locked together, praying.
I want to, I suppose, instantly do like what's it called? Triple strike with my swords on. Yeah.
On one
them.
or 1 strike on 3.
Well, it's triple strike, so let's do. Fuck it, just take out one of them for now.
Okay, roll a 3 dex in there, or 1 dex, sorry.
Okay. Oh fuck, do it again. There we go. That was a 10.
10. What's your dex?
Good question. It is 12.
So you slice into this guy's as you kind of spin. You bring down one of your short swords or your daggers, sorry, and you slice through this guy's. Actually, you've only got a dagger, right?
No, so the one I lost was the butcher's blade, but on me are 2 short swords. Regardless.
So you
Just
slice through the back
each.
of this guy's knee. He falls forwards, and you slice under his armpit, and then you bring both blades down one after the other, and just cut his head clean off, including the hood. His head rolls, and like this chant is just coming out of his neck, basically. He's lying forwards. His eyes roll back into the head, and this like air that's escaping his lungs through the neck that you've this hole in his neck that you've created is this like guttural chant.
Can I throw his body in the river or wherever the head thing?
Just roll a strength with advantage.
Sweet. Try and drown, I suppose. With advantage, yeah. Good, because I needed that. Okay, that was a 6. That was my best roll.
Okay, so I'll say what you do is you pick the head up, and you throw the head in the water, but the body is you now know the body is what's creating the sound. Anyway, as you're doing this, Uchi is unbelievably blindingly fast. Like, he's a pro swordsman. Tamaway and Oni are doing their best to defend the bank as these naked wild men have swam across and they're climbing up. Uchi's got obviously that big like bat. The first guy you see runs at Oni. Oni's got this big bat, and the first guy that runs at Oni turns around and just like belly barges him straight back into the water. The second guy only brings down his spiked club, and the guy's head explodes into nothing. Tomaway, who's injured, so has a disadvantage. She manages to stab one guy in the leg, and then he punches her, and she falls backwards onto the bank. And he's on top of her, trying to bring the axe down on her throat, and she's holding it back. Meanwhile, the Chaos Knight slices at Uchi, and like this massive amount of blood sprays out of his armpit from where his dagger had clearly, like, he ducked under the older gentleman and sliced his dagger across Uchi's armpit. Uchi drops his blade out of his right hand and then draws his second katana of his left and takes a fighting pose. But he's taken a serious wound. So these oops. Anyway, the beast now. Sorry, the beast. It's going to swing at Gur. 2 hands. With Gur, it splats into her and she goes flying. She takes a wound. You see that like her left forearm is badly broken, and now she can't wield her Naginata, so she's relying on wind magic. What do you want Hestia to do?
I suppose try to get the person on top of Tomaway, and then maybe do like a massive flat back to like a wind propel backwards. Like
Okay.
trying to use force because she's big, so she can.
To flap the gummy guy away.
No, I want her to peck at the guy on top of Tomaway, like try and grab him around the neck and like kill him, and then like as he wrenches him back, does flap the arms backwards to try and get some people further away.
Roll a d20 for me, and for Hestia, while she's kind of panicked in her first combat, you're going to need an 11 or above.
That was not an 11. That was a 2.
Okay, so Hestia,
Right with the 2s again.
Hestia ignores what you're saying, and you get a message saying you don't have enough gym badges to control a Pokemon at this level. She just instead turns on these 2 wild men that have swum across and just claws them both. Like, these were once men, and as they stand there, there's nothing left of them after she's done with them. So I'm trying to find a new soundtrack that fits this. Give me 1 second. It's my way.
Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, meaning, are being born.
So as you're like fighting as you've just thrown the priestess head in the water, you notice that the sound hasn't stopped. What do you want to do? There are Northmen crossing the bridge behind you now at rapid pace.
Can I pick the body that's now in front of me, and I realise that it's still coming up, the voice is coming from there? Can I kick that and see what happens?
Yeah.
Great. That was another fucking 2! Are you joking me?
You kick the body as hard as you can, and instead of, like, your original plan was to, like, Spartan kick it, you just kick it in the balls, and nothing happens, except you feel 2 testicles explode.
Can I try and just, I don't know, shred the body at this point then? I've given up on trying to kick it then. Can I just try and do shred, like, just slice it to pieces?
Yeah, sure. You've got 2 swords, so roll 2 decks, see with advantage to see which one's hit.
Okay. Well, that was both. The first advantage, 11. And then, great, I had advantage in that, because that would have been a fail. And that was an 8.
So you bring your swords down in this like slicing motion. It cuts off both the arms, and you explode all the way down to its heart. And you hear the sound coming from this heart. It's like beating in his chest still, and with every beat is this like prayer.
And I try and destroy the heart. Pierce it. Can I pierce it? Fucking hell.
I'll just say that you do. It's impossible for you to miss. So you just stab your short sword through it, and then this prayer stops, and you visibly notice that the creature grows a bit smaller, or like more and more of it decay as Ger's firing these wind projectiles at it over and over again. Meanwhile, about 3 of these Chaos Warriors are going to rush you. Actually, I'm going to roll a D20 to see how many make it across the bridge. 11 of these Chaos Warriors are going to rush you. They start sprinting, and you also notice as you turn around to, like, you've just stabbed the heart. This music's not that good. I didn't realize there's so much talking. You're right, Max.
Yeah. Help with that. Oh
no. You turn around to go and fight these guys, and as you do, you see another volley being notched and a bunch more arrows fly in the air, and then they kind of just stop in the air. And as you're confused by that, this naked man like jumps ungodly in height and kind of does the exact same thing as you did, but without the wind, and lands on the bridge before you. And he like licks the blood off his blade, and you see that Uchi's like panting as Oni's got him over his back, and Oni's kind of swinging this mace wildly as these people climb over the bank, and he's kicking them down. Tomoe's doing her best to stab and slice at them. Even Hestia's kind of panically joining in as arrows are raining down on them. And this guy like looks at you, and he stares you down. Why send an old man to do your job? To think I was going to skin you and mount you on my mantelpiece, but now I might just have to leave your corpse here with the others, as he points to the canal behind him. And as he walks towards you, this like shadow appears, and it kind of does this whirlpool like motion around him, and Draven appears. His cloak billows behind him as he brings this sickle and chain around. It catches the gold-haired guy unawares as the chain wraps around him. Were you about to say something?
Nope.
And catches this, and he brings down his sickle and slices the golden guy all the way down from his collarbone and out from the other side of his chest as his right arm falls down, and then kicks him straight into the water. And his chain kind of unravels as he flicks it onto his belt. Now you notice why the arrows haven't landed. They're all caught in this like water vortex, and the canal begins to empty. The people that are swimming across it are being like dragged up into this giant water elemental that must be about 6 to 7 stories tall and just as wide, and it's full of all these like drowning Northmen, drowning beastmen, as this water arm just gathers up everyone on the other side of the bank and drags them all down into the canal with them. You see it smash onto your bridge, and all those 11 men that are rushing you are sucked off of the bridge into this like vortex. And Sienna's there, cross-legged at the top of this water elemental, as all these men are like clawing at their own throats and drowning, as the elemental goes from blue to red.
Thanks, guys. And then can I stab the other 2 people?
Yeah, the chanting stops, and the maggoty corpse kind of breaks apart just as Gur was about to be slapped by it, and she's like panting. Perfect timing, huh?
Perfect indeed.
We've been looking for
Honestly.
Nyose. Have you seen him anywhere? We got split up at the Silver Tree. It's chaos back there. Sienna and I have been searching the city. Lumen. And as you're talking with this guy, talking with Draven, where the man was kicked off the edge, this snake-like creature wraps itself back round, and you see from the waist down, he's become this like white, beautiful snake. His torso up, he's still human with his long hair, and now he's got this sun-like buckler shield, so it looks like a sun with jagged blades across it. And in his other hand is this like rapier of solid gold. And he does this like mocking bow. Well, what a pleasant surprise. I am Apollo, one of the first Chaos Knights of my kind. How interesting to finally meet Lulan and Draven and the Water Mage Sienna. I've heard a lot about you all. Draven like turns around and is just like, what the fuck? I thought I killed this guy.
No, there is never just a simple killing. Apparently they like to come back. I'm gonna say to them, not ignoring him, I'm still very aware of him, but just not giving him the ego boost that this guy wants. which is being acknowledged by me. And I'm gonna say to them, like, look, this is just not a situation we need to stay in. We can't just continually fight here. We need to evacuate the city. We need to get as many people out as possible. We need to get them to meet at the Tower of Aziliath or Maidenhead or whatever it's called. We need to get people out of this city. We have to flee it. The city has been beaten. So anyone else, like, that's my objective. I'm gonna leave with whoever I can. I'm gonna go try and save maybe King Henry, and then meet hopefully everyone at a safer point at the south gate.
While Apollo's listening to this, he's laughing. He's like, "Your king is already dead, but flee, and I'll hunt you forever." As he's like, snake moving across the bridge towards you. Draven grabs you back as this Apollo guy spits this like golden acid in a motion in front of you, in like a cone, and you watch the corpse that you just hacked at and massacred melt away down to the bone as Draven throws these like kunai in the direction of the snake man, and it just bounces off his scales. But he's moving unbelievably fast, and just as he's about to lunge for you, Sienna's water arm grabs the two of you, and you're like drowning at first. You're panicked, and then suddenly you're in this like pocket of air, and below you in this elemental is hundreds of dead corpses, but you're in like a cleaner internal bubble of it. And this elemental must be terrifying to see because it's blood red, and she begins to move through the streets with blinding speed to the point where the snake can't catch up. Hestia's in the air following, but Tomoe, Uchi, Oni, they're all in this line. Draven, yes?
I didn't want to interrupt because you're doing really good describing. I was just going to say, because the monster died, do I get the 4 tokens from because I mark with the marking as soon as they die?
Yes, you do then.
Yeah? Okay, cool. And then whilst we're moving, is it technically possible to then use drain on the blood within the water? Because I can't technically do anything like other than be in it and drain, or is it drain or absorb? I'm just sort of like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just
That's annoyed him, that one.
I would say because like you're stationary, technically you're not moving in this moment. Sienna is, but also there's so much blood. But it'll take a little while to like filter out the blood from the water, if that makes sense. So you're stationary in like meditation. Hestia's flying above you. Bit of arrows in her, but that's all right. We've all had it. And as you're like moving through, you start to leave this snake guy behind. You'll notice occasionally these wild men are just either sucked into this vortex of water or crushed against brick from the pressure of it. But Sienna is massacring as she moves through the city. Now we're going to cut to Reiner. Give me 1 second.
Very good song.
Fits. Okay, we'll put this one on for now. So yeah, you're sneaking through the city. You have to stop and duck behind like barrels or boxes.
So
and
I'm
crates.
heading towards Cassidy.
Who?
Cassian.
Cassian. Yep.
Yeah.
Where his you're heading towards the guild halls.
And I want Eddie to be looking for fucking Hunter.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll a perception to see or identify where Eddie is.
Okay. I should just be able to see through the eye, shouldn't I?
Yeah, but big city.
Not 20.
That's funny. You know exactly where he is. As he looks down, he sees these people like crossing over a lake. On the other side of the lake is just like a valley of corpses, or the dying. But on this side, all these peasants and pedestrians are coming over on like dinghies, pedalos, and swan boats. As they get across, they're being welcomed by soldiers and pulled in. Eddie kind of follows them for a little while, and then there is this small guardhouse just south of the lake house of the park, and it's got like a little donut wall around it with a singular tower in it, and on that tower 4 cannons firing repeatedly. Musket men align the donut wall, archers on the tower, and you see like a mixture of dwarves, elves, men, and a barricade they've made of like turned over wagons and crates, barrels, and sandbags, and they've made like a lower wall along that ring wall to cut off the main road. And you see loads of Knights of the Silver Tree. Miranda's even there.
Do I recognise whereabouts it is?
You know that the park is to your left. So yes, you know roughly. You just have to follow the main road to get there. But there are in this main road is a thick amount of Northmen, and the fighting is fierce.
Okay, does Eddie see it? Hunter.
Not in this area, no.
You had to name them both H, didn't you? It's very confusing for me.
Eddie's an E.
No, Hunter and Henry.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still gonna head towards Cassian.
Cassian, yeah. So you basically have to keep moving in like a southeast direction. We're gonna roll now to see the kind of threats you'll have to hide from or encounter. Okay. Yep. So the first thing you come across are these like 4 heavily armored guardsmen picking at this like pockets of this corpse, and you see it's like an old man and he's dead in front of his old wife, and she's like cowering there, and they're laughing and kind of like picking through the corpse of her husband. And she's crying.
Oh, she's still alive?
Yeah. She's beaten, but she's alive.
Fuck it, this is dark. Can I pick up a rock?
Yep.
And oh wait, look. If I move, can I get past without them seeing me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I move in the direction I want to go?
Mm-hmm.
But just before I dip into the next alleyway, I want to chuck a rock back to behind of where I just was.
Okay. Roll a charisma, I think that's going to be, to see how convinced they are to follow that sound.
Okay. This is not going to work because I have like the worst charisma. I rolled an 11, but I think my charisma is like 4, 3, or 2.
What is it?
4.
Okay, so I would say that 2 of them go. 2 of them like grunt at each other and like they push and have a bit of friendly banter as this old woman's like and they walk off towards the alleyway. And as they do,
I'm not waiting. I'm not watching. I'm
nice.
going.
All right. So as
I want to be on my route as well. I want to see if there is a bow in easy access for me to grab.
I'll say you come across a musket easily enough.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
And you pilfer 6 shots, musket, and powder.
Okay.
And so you've got it under your cloak. You're running. Your feet are kind of on show because of the musket butt is, but relatively no one really notices you. And you make unbelievably good progress until you jump down an alleyway and like splatter into some water, and you see that there are these 3 chaos dogs pulling this little girl's corpse apart. They're like tearing at it and having a tug of war over her.
Okay. So I'm in the water. They're on the road in front of me.
You're just in like a puddle or a vein of water that's been cracked in the explosion. Buildings are all afire around you. It's a well that's overflown.
And they sense me. They see me.
They're currently distracted with this corpse.
If they're fucking distracted, I'm...
All right, so you're gonna have to roll a dex here to stealth past them because you have to sneak past them.
14.
Okay, you sneak past them. You like shimmy across the wall and pray to God that you have been resurrected, smelling clean. And as you like walk past, the dogs don't pay any attention. They've got like rows and rows of teeth, almost like a shark, and they're just trying to tear this girl apart. But she's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fine, even if she wasn't, there's nothing.
third and final. As you're running towards, actually, you know what? We'll come back to you for a second.
Okay.
Lauren, your
Yes.
wings are slowly getting smaller and smaller.
Can I descend then into the streets?
Yeah. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
5.
Okay, roll and hit that or above for me.
Oh. 6.
You land in a street that's completely peaceful. As far as you can tell, either side of these streets have relatively large amounts of combat, but as you land, Leaf is on your back and he's kind of stirring a little bit.
Okay. Can I? So I'm looking at where the map is. I'm actually kind of. Can I go in the direction of where the south gate is? But clearly, as I'm going, I won't pass it because I'm on foot. But I'm obviously going towards the guild where Cassian and them lot are, and Rhino currently is. I guess he's in that area.
You don't know where Reiner is, so if you're
No,
looking...
but like in that area.
Yeah.
I don't know he's there, obviously.
If you're looking at the map, the red is the main roads, right?
Yeah.
So just south of the big park with a big lake, where a side road meets the main road.
Yeah.
That's where Reiner's seen that what's her face, Miranda, and there's like a defense being held off there. You're actually slightly south of that. You're in one of the yellow roads, or one of the roads that aren't drawn, but where the collection of houses are near the other lake or the pond.
Yeah.
So as you land, Leaf is like, Freya.
Can Frey just ignore him and run?
Yeah, so he's on your back and you're skittering down streets. You come towards the end of your street and you look around a corner and you see like a handful of knights fighting this wave of Northmen and Beastmen. These harpies are descending on the archers, so they can't get a clean shot, and these men are like going toe to toe, but they're somewhat outnumbered as they're being driven back into this big building behind them.
Keep going.
So as you run past them, you keep going, and you can't find a way of turning onto the east side of town that isn't met by like a huge wave of people. Mm-hmm. The fighting seems to be thickest around here. However, you eventually start having to double back slightly, going west along behind you, and you come to a giant hospital where it's heavily guarded, and Hunter and a bunch of Ancient Knights are riding around. Every time like a wave of these beastmen charge at these barricaded defenses with it's like a small fort wall around it, where there's like muskets on top and archers firing down. Every time a huge wave comes in, him and these Ancient Knights meet them with their lances. All their armor's like heavily dented. The men's horses that die, they still get back up and use these like giant two-handed Zweihander swords to like cut down these beastmen, and they're marching through the corpses over and over again.
Okay. Could I Freya go into the hospital or like?
Well, so you'll have. I think what would be best for you is either to try and sneak around if you want to avoid anything, or announce yourself.
I'll just announce myself, but like, how like? Wait, so are they in front of me?
Yeah, it's like this street is filled with combat. Horsemen are just cutting down these beastmen over and over again.
Okay, can I run towards the front line where the guards are and do a fireball as I'm going towards them?
These three horsemen notice you and ride towards you at massive pace. One of them throws a spear, and you're like, at first you think it's towards you, and this beastman behind you just gets impaled into a lamppost behind you as it's like dying death throes. It falls forwards. These horsemen gather around you, and one grabs Leaf off of you and puts it onto the front of his horse, and the other one grabs you, and they ride towards the hospital through the combat. And
Okay.
they're Antian knights, and your like ears are kind of ringing in this shell shock, like end of the film of Saving Private Ryan. And this knight like keeps turning around and yelling back at you, and suddenly his horse buckles out from underneath him, and you're both thrown forwards into this pile of corpses. As far as you can see, in your actually roll a perception.
15.
So as you can see, is like Leaf's horse continues going with those two knights. The knight before you stands and picks you up, the one that you're riding with. He lifts you up, and this bolt of not a bolt of lightning, but this massive arrow bolt slaps him in the neck, and he falls down dead in front of you. And you turn around and see this surprise ambush attack of all these Northmen. Some of them are heavily armored, and one at the front is this huge hulking knight. This chaos minotaur. He's far bigger than the rest of the beastmen, but he's got this massive two-handed, brutal, double-sided axe. And he's charging towards you, and just as this wave rushes you, this massive earth wall appears out of nowhere, and a couple of them are impaled onto it, and these Silver Tree Fort Knight ambush them, so an ambush within an ambush, and they're slicing it, and you see Clara's on the front lines in her armor, stabbing, cutting, hacking, and slicing as they ambush these beastmen, and she's going toe-to-toe with this gigantic Minotaur.
Okay, Freya go to the hospital.
Yeah, Freya continues moving towards the hospital. You can't see behind the earth wall after a while, and as you get there, the gates open. This green flare goes up and explodes above the hospital. This woman rushes towards you. Lady Freya, are you injured? Are you hurt?
Where is he?
The gentleman you brought in, Leaf, I believe his name is. Follow me, and you see that there are loads of dead, dying, and injured gathered here. As people are piling in, desperately trying to make this a last stand. As they bring the pile up the corpses to make room for the living. Leaf's in on a makeshift bed in one of the tents, and these healers are attending him. And you hear, "Oh my God, Freya! I didn't expect to see you again!" And this lanky, balding man rushes towards you. Damien Volo, it's Damien Volo. He's patting you on the back.
Can Freya shove him?
Ah! He falls over a bunch of barrels, disappears.
Person can help.
And because she doesn't
One man
ignore
with
him,
potions.
can she turn to the nurses and be like, "How long?
How long what?
How long will it take to heal him until I can move again?"
We're pinned down. We've called for wagons from the guild district, but
Okay, and then what? How long? I need.
We're waiting for the wagons so we can move the injured. I don't know is the answer. We've been desperately holding off here. We lost communication with the guild district when the dragon appeared. We don't have any escape. We need to make it to the south gate, but we're surrounded.
Well, I know that. So, how long till he's able to travel?
Give me 10 minutes. And she throws a look of disgust at you as she goes to bandaging.
Okay, Pro's just gonna
wait there.
Right there.
So, Reiner, you we'll come back to you briefly. As
I'm going through, as it's come back to me, can I check on Eddie again?
Yep. Roll perception for me.
16.
Okay, so Eddie notices harpies are flying towards him, and he has to reposition rapidly, or either go up or come down. But you'll lose vision if you don't recall him, and he may die if you don't recall him quick enough.
I'll let him do his thing to stay safe.
Okay. He flies towards the south side, and you see that there are a load of soldiers and people pouring through the south gate. The south gate is still very much in the hands of humanity.
Okay. That's fine.
Yep. So, I'm going to roll d6.
Oh, wait, can I relay this information as I'm kind of going along? Because I've got an earpiece now, haven't I?
Yes. Who has an earpiece here? In terms of who's in range, only Chess would be in range.
Okay. So I'm going to relay it to Chess and hope that she can relay it on.
So
I'm
Saf
kind of
gets-
in a meditative state of like psychic. So I can hear. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're still heading towards this district. You see this like the ring fill that Eddie had seen, and all this musket fire going off, and wave after wave of these Northmen are dying. You're behind a like bunch of Northmen that are sending these beastmen forwards. Some of them look terrified at the idea of it moving further, and you see that maybe in this moment that not all the Northmen knew what was going on. Like the lower echelons and the lower knight soldiers of them, would have just been here expecting land and pillage, not knowing they were working for a demonic horde. But before you can get to this barricade where this fight is happening, you either have to go past it, stealth, or try and stealth towards it.
And this barricade, is this the fort where Cassian
Miranda
was?
is. No,
Fort Miranda.
Cassian will be further behind it towards the guild hall. But it's the most direct route is going through this barricaded fort.
Okay. Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything that I can do to cause mischief from this side?
Yeah.
Stop the flow.
Yeah, okay. Roll a d20 for me and a d6.
Okay. A 6 and a 3.
What
Right.
was the 6 on?
The d20.
Oh. So okay, so what
My
you
perception's
can,
9, so yeah, that wouldn't do anything.
what you can see around you is loads of like broken weapons gear, loads of these soldiers rushing in, typically like the beastmen first, and then chaos knight, sorry, not chaos knights, but these like heavily armored plate mail Northmen, but these like weaker Northmen are close to routing. Beyond them, on the other side of the street, is a little like mortar encampment. One mortar is still standing.
Okay. And it's empty. There's no one there.
No one's standing in it. They wouldn't understand how to work it.
Okay, can I try and get the mortar?
Well, you got to try and cross the street first. So roll a dex for me. You're stealthed.
Okay.
Remember, there's like hundreds of people running past you, so you're gonna have to, like Frogger, you're gonna have to duck and weave between these people.
I mean, I rolled a 6, but my dex is 14, so...
Okay, so as you successfully make it just to the other side, you drop the rifle behind you. You can easily go and pick it up right now, or
I'm
push
not
on.
worried, because I'm going to get the mortar.
Okay, you turn around, and because you rolled such a low perception roll, you see on the other side of the street there was another mortar encampment right next to you. You just missed it, and you're like, ah. So you get into the mortar encampment. There's one mortar still set up. There are 3 boxes. Now you're not trained in using this, being a wood elf, but there are 3 boxes. One has like a purple triangle, one's like a red circle, and one's like a black square.
Okay. Can I roll a perception on the equipment? Mm-hmm. Oh, right, so... Yeah, can I open the boxes, see what's inside?
There are 3 balls, all of identical black shape and feel, except that one has a purple triangle, one has a black square, and one has a red circle.
Oh, shit, that means they all do different things.
Roll a d20 for me. Okay, never mind. There are 3 balls in front of you and a mortar.
And what were the shapes again? Red circle?
Red circle, black square, purple triangle. I don't know. Triangle, square, circle.
Oh, so it doesn't matter too much to which one I pick out of that.
There's one of each. There's one of each.
Yeah, but they all do different things. Okay, fuck it, I'm gonna put in the red circle.
Okay, as you put in the red circle, you drop it down the barrel, and you're just like, cuckoo. And now what?
Can you aim it at all?
Yeah, there's like a dial or like a shifted, like turning gear mechanism that will lower it, angle it, like that.
Okay. So, if I'm here in this mortar encampment,
Yeah.
enemies coming down this main road,
Yeah.
houses here,
Houses all around. On either side of the main road.
Is there
You know
a gap of
this-
houses away from the safe encampment?
Yes.
So can I kind of tilt it a
It's
little
probably
bit?
safe. It's probably safe to assume that everything to your left is not with is taken or destroyed.
Okay, so I want to lean it a little bit forward, probably about like a pitch about that.
Okay.
And then I want to look for some sort of way to ignite it.
So it's a miracle that he hasn't been seen, by the way, because he's just like on this sort of like top of this staircase, rummaging through barrels of boxes, like throwing shit behind him as all these people run past
There is
him.
no way of picking this mortar up, is there?
No, it's way too heavy.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually roll a strength if you want to try it, but you've got to get a fucking good score.
Okay. 12.
What's your strength?
11.
No, I won't. I won't say that. I'd say you can pull it and move it, but you can't pick it up.
Okay. No, I won't be able to pull it. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to look for a way to fire this mortar.
Yep. There's a flint and steel in this guy, or not really a flint and steel, but it's like this long fuse lighting tool that sparks, and he's dead. His back against the sandbag.
Okay, before I do this, I want to roll a perception to find a safe exit path for me to kind of sneak into the barracks.
So behind you is like a narrow alleyway.
Okay.
That certainly the bigger creatures couldn't fit down it, shoulder to shoulder.
And that heads towards the barracks.
No, but it heads away from the street, but you can double back. You can do like 3 lefts to make it to the fort.
Okay, you know what? Okay, now I've got a plan. I'm going to fire the mortar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to light the thing, put it on there, and as
Okay.
soon as I do, I'm going to gun it straight towards the barracks, the fastest way possible.
The fort.
Yeah, the forts.
Okay, so
And
you
as soon as I
fire-
get close to anybody, or I see anybody like turning round, I'm going to whack my cloak on.
it's on cooldown.
Come on, that was ages ago.
You've been cloaked
Meant
this
to be
entire
3
time.
turns.
Yeah, you've just taken the cloak off.
All right, okay.
so
Then
the
I'll
cooldown begins.
fire it and I'll go to the narrow corridor.
Okay, so you hear this like as it shoots up into the air, and you don't even watch it. You turn and start sprinting, and there's a faint sound of like. As this huge explosion goes off, you have no idea what it's hit, but you just keep on sprinting down this alleyway, and it gets tighter and tighter. Elma, you have to like start dragging yourself between the buildings. You certainly know that this wouldn't pass a fire health and safety inspection, these buildings being this close to one another. But as you pull your way through, you kind of scale over this small wall, and you're plodding this like shitty, stinky alleyway that's very narrow between two sets of homes, and you start sprinting down towards that. And you see at the far end, there's this like wrought iron gate with these musket men, and they spot you, and they're like, "Come here, come here, come here!" Nelly.
I'm going to go with them.
You're now on the other side of the fort barricade. Meanwhile, Angel,
That's me.
are you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was halfway through explaining something, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And it dramatically cut off before anyone
Yeah.
could hear it. So, I'll just say the sentence again. You may have heard half of it or not. So pretty much what I was trying to do is I've already lightning punched him through the chest earlier. We've
Yep.
tied him to the thing with the chain. Someone's relentlessly headbutting him, which is
Same.
a unique strategy, but we're just rolling with it.
Yep.
And then we're trying to surprise the armor to get the seed. So what I did is I went behind him while he was tied. I sent
Yep.
a hologram on this side, and this
Yep.
is where I think it cut out. He went.
No.
to-
He did his bubble ult.
Oh,
You
yeah.
activated your hologram, which stunned everyone bar you, and splattered the bubble, and you've all fallen through like a bunch of the kind of makeshift tent market stalls.
Is the chain still bound around him, even with?
No, you dropped the chain as the water bubble would have.
But
So
it's still
like,
around him, or it got
No.
blown off? Okay.
It's just on the floor to the right of you.
All right, and he's down. I'm down. Everybody's down.
You're not stunned. Everyone else by you is stunned. Yeah.
Great. And he's right there.
Yeah, he's kind of like on one knee, trying to slowly stand as this like electricity statics around him.
Cool.
I think he's marked. He's got 2 static on him now. Oh no, 3 static on him.
Yeah. In that case, I will zap towards him and just immediately stab with the hidden blade
Nice.
through his chest. Again.
Roll a dex for the hidden blade, but you get the free teleport.
Yay! 19 with a dex
so
of
you-
13.
You appear and just go and like start prison shanking and stabbing him into the chest. Dravik's like, ah!
Can I
kinda, like,
ignite it
wakes him
for
up.
armor pen, or is it too late? Did I have to say that before?
You've already done the lightning blade move.
Okay, fine. So it's just a normal.
Yeah, so you stab him loads. Like you get about, I'd say, roll a d6. Let's see how many stabs you get off.
5.
You stab him like prison style, like 5
Yeah.
times into his chest. It enrages him, and he wakes up. And
Did any of those get anywhere close to a seed?
no,
Five different
you
stabs
got
to different
you got
places in the chest.
no, but you noticed that like the armor really couldn't block it. Like it was too slow to move while he was stunned, and you surprised him. He bites and 2 jaws snap down onto your right shoulder.
Can I avoid it?
Roll a dex.
I did have the advantage after all. 14 with a dex of 13.
So he snaps just in front of you as you back backwards. Like you kind of can smell the
Naruto broken
stink
bond.
on. Yeah, you can smell the stink on his breath. He then grabs his 2-handed sword.
Before, as he does it, can I say to him, "Are you proud of what you've done, traitor? Everyone seemed very disappointed in you."
I am a king now. And he swings one sword and swings the 2 sides. You can dodge one of these.
I can dodge one of them. Is the Tanto in the ground anywhere?
Behind you, yeah.
Is it too? Can I teleport to it? I feel like it's
Yeah,
been long
yeah.
enough. I'll just teleport
Yeah.
away.
So you can do your.
No, just teleporting to the Tanto. I think is its
Okay,
own
so
thing.
roll a dex for me then, just see if you can react in time.
10 with a dex of 13.
Yep, so you teleport away, he swings his 2 swords, and then he starts bounding after you on 4 legs, like rushing towards you, like groundbreaking speeds.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to have time to say a witty one-liner. He's coming right at me.
Yep.
I'm just going to flashbang him in the face.
So Fane, Thurin, Durin...
Well, that's if it's a bad roll.
and Saren start getting up, and they're like getting ready for the next round. And now roll your wisdom for me.
Okay, let's break the streak. 18! Hey, we're wisdom of 11.
And he's like, he just jumps and misses you wildly, smashing through a tent stool behind you, and disappears in the fire as the others are like, I thought that move always blinded people.
Let's not get blinded by ambitions just yet. Let's take the advantage.
You hear Banger shout from somewhere in the smoke, watch out, he's gone wild, get ready! And this like wave of water starts cutting through all the stools.
Can I pick up my chain?
Yeah. Fane, Thurin, and Durin duck down as this water blast goes just above their heads. It's coming towards you rapidly. Give me a dex.
Nat 20.
You duck and slide and grab the chain and wrap it back around your arm as you do in one smooth motion.
All right. He's still probably blinded at this point, right?
Yep. He's just
can I
firing
see
his
him?
water blast. You know where his general direction is because of this like jet stream of water that's done a clockwork.
Is he in a building
clockwise
of some kind?
No, it's just old markets, like farmer markets.
Yeah.
So it's like little stools of tent and wood. Hence why there's a beautiful fire raging here.
Gotcha. Okay, so just making sure my music's all working. All right, whose go is it? Do they want to do anything? Can I have a go?
Yeah, well, Fane, Durin, and Thurin rush forwards. Because he's blinded, he's just like taking these hits. The armor's slow, the healing's slow. Fane slaps him twice with an axe, rolls out the way as his 2-headed sword
Can I
comes
try
down.
and jump above him?
Yeah, roll a perception, see if you can find a safe way up.
8 with a perception of 6. No, probably not. Huh?
No. The smoke's too thick. You can't really see a way of getting over because he's very tall, isn't he? So you don't see a way of being able to get higher than him.
That's what I'm going to try and just run in with them if possible,
Yeah.
and I'm going to swap out the Tanto and I'm going to go for the rapier, which I very rarely use.
Yep.
And I'm just going to try and fuck with his head a bit and be like, I heard you couldn't even defeat Reiner, and then try and stab him with the rapier in the chest. Maybe can I try and detect chaos again?
Yeah,
Do you
detect chaos.
do that? Oh my god, that's not going to count as a thing.
Sorry, Alex, could you shut your door because Merlin wants to go in the hallway and you're echoing onto my mic?
Sure.
It was a nat one.
water anyway.
So.
Sorry.
Oh, you've got Merlin.
Yeah.
Okay, pissing him off's not going to work then. The dice is not that way.
And he
I
can't
wonder what would
decide.
happen if you said anything about Lulan.
That's coming up next. We're starting with Reiner to see if anger works.
Reiner's the one that fucked him, so...
Yeah.
Bob, did you want wine?
Yes, please, if you're pouring one.
Alright, let's keep track of what I'm doing.
You should have said, I heard you ran away from Reiner. That must be embarrassing.
I should have said that. It's hard to keep track of cooldowns when there's no designated thingy. So I've done that. So that was a cooldown of 3. Done that.
Alright, where were we? So you're rushing towards him with the rapier to fuck with his head.
Yeah, it didn't work at all. I yelled. I sensed a 1, so I don't know where it is, and I'm trying to like just pierce his chest with the rapier sword.
Okay, roll a dex for me.
13 with a 13.
So you stab through the palm of his hand and kind of pin it to his left shoulder.
I really missed his chest.
Fane. Well, no, he just blocked it and moved
I
it.
see.
But you stabbed it through like here, is just above his heart, collarbone area.
Okay.
Fane, Durin and Furin like grab his other arm and wrench it back behind him. As they pin him, Banger rushes forwards and like just puts a slug straight through his head. The back of his head explodes open as it begins to rapidly heal over and over again. The dwarfs are like stabbing through his back, his chest, stabbing him all over. I assume you're like also kind of stabbing at him.
Well, once he gets that, I just want to get the sword out, and then I might say, "So that didn't really work." Sheath it and go. I heard a story of when you tried to save a dwarf once upon a time. What happened to you? And then
his eyes, he opens his eyes and like as they heal back, his head like reforms. You see that they're like kind of like chained. It's hard to describe, but it like bloodshot, but also there's this marks in them, like runic marks in them. I'd say.
Okay.
He's bloodlusted. He's crazed. All he knows is this guttural scream and anger and hate. And he kind of stands and he throws the dwarfs off his right arm. And as he goes to grab you, you hear a crack shot, and he gets hit in the side again and flies to the left of, to the right of you, rolling into some of the like a narrow bit of the fountain water. Goar repositions on the other side of the market and sprints away.
We've got to get Adam to roll for those Goar shots, right?
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
He's in the fight.
Yeah, go on, Adam. You are technically Do you want to play Goar?
I'll take the shots. Yeah. 13.
You hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, roll
Cutscene
a roll a roll a
that's
1 to
interesting.
6, and that'll be where you reposition.
A 6.
Okay, so you know what? Saren rushes up to where you are, Goar, and he or Banger actually, and that Banger and you are like cooperating with your shots to reposition. Obviously, he doesn't have like an earpiece or anything like that. But he looks up at you and he's like, "Good shot, lad. His healing is slowed with these surprise attacks, and they're the only way we can get through the armor. I've got a plan, and it's going to be a crazy one."
Stuff him full of bombs.
No, that's slightly more insane than this.
Oh.
Angel's here. He's in the fighting. He's in the mix.
Yeah, I've been trying not to hit him.
He has this teleporting move. I say, you get up on the tower, because the beast man knows where you, or he's looking for you. He wants to kill you. You get up on the tower, draw him to you, and I'll take the shot, point blank range with Angel, swapping me.
Are you sure? We can.
Your rifle's made for the beautiful precision. Bessie here, and he lifts the blunderbuss onto his shoulder, is made for fucking shit up.
Oh, I love you, dwarfs. Right, let's do it, and I'll just start going.
He like scampers back like, across the market towards Angel. Angel, as like Furin, Bane, and Durin are like going toe to toe with Dravik. Dravik kicks one through a stall, slices another one at another one. Durin blocks with his shield. Angel banger rushes up to you.
Spin it out,
Lad, mark me. Do your lightning shit on me.
All right, I'll mark him right on his face.
Nice. Like this tattoo appears. We need to be quick about this, but we need to buy Gerwa some time. He pulls you down so Dravik can't hear you. Listen to me, lad. Listen to me. Gerwa's gonna go up into the where you landed on the statue there at the center, and draw Dravik into the open place away from this messy fire. You're gonna go toe to toe with Dravik.
Oh, easy
and
stuff,
and dance around him a little bit. Draw him towards the tower. You and Gerwa be the main focuses of attention while Thane, Durin, and Furin play support. And then at the last second, swap me in when he least expects it.
All right, I'll do a little. It'll be a little hand clap, so keep an eye out for that, because that's when you're going
And
in.
he's like, right, well, and you see him like he uncocks his blunderbuss, a shell ejects out, and he pulls something out of this like pouch, and the canister has like a drawing on it, etched into this shell as he loads it into the blunderbuss, locks it, and runs off into a different direction.
Oh my god!
A drawing of Gwen.
yeah, sure.
Can I have a quick scout to see where Gerwar is, or how long is it going to take him to get to where he wants to go?
You can see Gerwa just sprinting across he's got like his rifle over his back. Gerwa, do you want to wave towards Angel or anything?
Just do like the signaling movement, and then if there's a agility or dexterity check, I rolled a 14, so I imagine.
Yeah, so you start climbing the tower with ease.
Cool. I'm going to head towards...
Not tower, statue, sorry.
The open area that they're hoping to lead him to. And is he still fighting right now?
Just the dwarves are all a little bit injured at this point.
I'm going to fire, because this must be off cooldown.
Off cooldown,
last time I did it on the thing. Just fire 3 lightning birds, one at like his knee, one at his head, and one at his shoulder. Try and spin him around.
Roll 3 wisdom, sorry.
Okay, 5, nat 1, not great, and a 7. With a wisdom
what's
of
your
11.
wisdom? All miss. But they fly over him. The 7-1 like shears past him as he draws his claws down Durin's back, and Durin like falls forwards, and Thane and Furin pull him out underneath this market stall.
Before he can continue, I'm just going to yell, Lulan was quite fond of you. I know where she is, but I don't know if you do. And
roll a charisma with advantage.
With advantage. That is 13 with a charisma of 10.
He like snaps his head back like the video. He just locks in. And then he sprints, rolls forwards, grabs his two-handed sword, and jumps in the air as he spins this blade like Darth Maul style, spinning around like a helicopter.
To the side.
Yep.
And when he's coming down, does it look like he's coming for me or the Tanta?
You roll a dex to see how
Teleport into
quickly
that
you can
Tanta.
react.
7 with a dex of 13.
You move, but he will just about slice you as you teleport. So give me an armor save.
What one's that?
A d12, and your armor, I believe, is 5 down. So anything above a 5, you take a wound.
3.
Armor save. It's a double-handed weapon, so roll again.
Oh.
Oh my god, I forgot that was
a
Leon for a
6.
second. I was like, Dad! Furry. 6. You take 1 wound as the second hand of the blade slashes your back, but you appear at the base of the statue, and Dravik looks up and sees you standing like almost in defense and in defiance in front of Gerwa. He like growls.
Up there, right?
Yeah. But
Oh,
he
and-
thinks you're like defending him, so he growls at you both because Dravik is seeing you as annoyance
I'm
now.
gonna say, is there any messages you'd like to say to her? Like, I'm sorry, or I regret this, or
He like shakes his head wildly and like pounds his sword on his chest, and then takes a fighting stance. He like goes down low and puts the blade behind him, and this water starts to like seep out the ground and starts spinning around him a little, like at the base,
Not the right
almost
time
like
for
he's
it.
charging a Kamehameha.
Okay. Can I grit out my lightning chain and just sort of put it towards him and pull myself towards him?
A grapple.
Yeah, grapple.
Roll a dex.
I want to try and fly over his head and like garrote him with the chain.
Yeah, roll the dex.
That might be cool. It might be cool if it's allowed an advantage.
No, what is it?
That's a 9 with a dex of 13, so it's still not the worst.
It's fine.
Okay.
You chain around him, and he's not even moving, but you can see that this like water is getting more and more compacted out the ground into this volatile ball of spinning motion in his left hand, with his right hand behind him. He lets the chain go around him, and
Around
you
his
jump.
neck.
Yeah, and you jump over him and start to like. I imagine you land on his back and pull his neck up, so it's like garroting him slightly.
Let's
Roll a strength.
Jabba the Hutt him.
Are you in a layer bikini at the same time?
Always. Under the armour.
Yeah.
That's 8 with an 8.
Okay, so your garrote lifts his head up, but he lets it happen, and the water kind of like spirals to like gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and he slaps his two hands together, and this water bursts, sprays towards the statue, and cuts the statue clean in half. Go, I'll roll a dex, see if you can dodge it.
Simultaneously, as he shoots it, can I clap hands with the dwarf so he starts right behind him with a shot?
Okay, give me 1 second. Go, what was yours?
13.
13, so you jump from one side of the statue as the heavier half peels off and smashes, spreading these brick and mortar everywhere. Your half of the statue's still standing. You climb up.
Just before I clap my hands, actually, can I try and dart in front of him and then clap my hands so he's going to get a shot right at his chest?
So you jump in front of him, and it looks like you're about to hit this beam of water. As you swap, it turns to a dwarf, and the barrel's point blank to his chest. Dravik's like head slowly turns as the spark of the musket fires off, and you hear this guttural explosion. Like, it's so loud. And as you appear where Bangor was hiding.
Okay.
Go, while you look down, and you'll see that Dravik, his head kind of falls forwards, his right arm falls to one side, and there is like a solid moon giant crater that's removed everything from his left shoulder all the way down to his right hip.
Can I see anything in his body?
Yes, you see above his left hip is the beating heart of a Chaos Seed.
Can I try and shoot it?
Yep, roll a dex to me.
19.
Oh.
You shoot, it fires, and it smashes into the seed. The seed is propelled from his body and like falls backwards. As his body starts to rapidly heal, the seed explodes and falls out the back of him. And Dravik like falls forwards. He's healed his head, like half of his left hand side, but his right arm and right half is still missing.
How far away from Goa is he?
You're at the top of what's left of the statue. He's at the base of it.
Can I jump off and try and butt him in the head with the butt of my rifle?
It's quite a high statue.
Okay, then I won't do that. I won't do it right. I'd like to calmly and carefully start working my way down.
roll a dex in it.
18. God, I'm rolling.
Yeah,
well.
you climb down. Yeah. He's like kind of panting. One of his eyes hasn't healed properly, so it like melts in his face. And he's really confused at what's going on. All this blood is pumping out of out the side of him.
You know that cooldown for the Thunderclap teleport? It says cooldown 1. Let me know
CD1,
when
yeah.
Is that like, would I be able to do that now?
Yeah.
Even though I just kind of did it like
You
one turn.
really have based that off bloody Jujutsu Kaisen, haven't you?
Yeah, Toto, yeah. No, you can't do it, actually, that's right.
Oh, okay, fine.
You're in walking distance.
I'm just gonna run over to him.
Yeah, he's like panting and bleeding out from his right hand side, like half of him's missing. He looks up at you, Angel, and he's unable to speak as like half his vocal cords are like dangling at the hole where it used to be. And he tries to reach for something in his pouch, and then he starts to fall forwards and slides into the dirt.
Right. I'm gonna reach for whatever's in his pouch.
There's like a little shell. It's like a little mother of pearl shell in his pouch.
Can I push him over?
Yeah.
Is he still conscious?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
Angel, we know someone who wants that seed.
The seed's destroyed.
Okay, I'll go check and just confirm that.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
I'll pocket the little shell.
Yeah.
And then I'll just sort of go... Just deep exhale. We got a mission to do.
As the dwarves kind of gather around you, you see like Fane's the only one who's relatively uninjured, but he's panting and exhausted and sweat drenched. Thurin and Durin are both injured. Saren's like got this horrible scar now and scratch across his face. His lower lip is hanging on by a thread. Banger's also relatively fine, but from where the explosion was, his blunderbuss has been opened out like a flower as it's point blank, and he is just black faced, like he's just covered in soot. So when he opens his eyes, he's just like white-eyed, and he's like, "Holy shit! That had more kit than I thought it would."
Was that a Tink special, perchance?
It was, lad. It was. It's called the Gwen.
Right.
You see, as he's gathered around you, Fane's like, "I lost track of my father. I have no idea where he is, but we've got to get to the south gate. He told us all to get to the south gate. We were just buying time for a family to get out of here when this guy showed up. The south gate, Angel. It's where everyone's going, lad."
Yes. Look, this is just an example of how this corruption can affect any of us. So let's just stay vigilant. And I need to go to King Henry. And then yes, we'll meet at the south gate.
As you're discussing this, a bunch of Lazarus soldiers appear. There's like 100 of them in squad formation appear as they fire off in the distance. They're the last of what was at the west gate, and you see Caitlin on a horse, like a mechanical arm is hanging like roughly to her side, and she rides over and like looks down at Dravik, and just kind of like shakes her head, and then offers you guys horses to get out of the market.
Yeah, I'll take that.
We're heading to the south gate.
Go on. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to go with Caitlin?
I want to go to the south gate. I need to get these people out.
Very well, Goa. The horses, please. Horses. Horses for the dwarfs. Horses. And you see there are like loads of civilians in these wagons as they ride past rapidly to try and get to where the fort across the main road. A couple of the soldiers come and start they drag Dravik's body and they chain it to the back of some of their horses and drive it through the cobble, or go to ride it through the cobble streets.
Are they Lazarus?
Yeah.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
All right.
They have these like giant meat hooks and dig it into him, and then chain him to the back of a horse, and they drag him as he's face down through the cobble streets.
God.
Allowed it.
Yeah, I mean, I might not even let them do that, actually, in hindsight.
Yeah, that's quite disrespectful.
I'm going to just jump in and be like, now isn't the time to be better than
This like big bald soldier comes up to you, he's like, "This monster killed my wife and child. And you say I can't have vengeance?"
I just got vengeance for you. Undo this, get through the cities as fast as you can, and show that you're better than all of this monstrosity.
Roll a charisma.
16.
He kind of like looks at you, spits on Dravik's corpse, but leaves it, and gets on his horse and rides off.
Alright, I'm gonna go on the earpiece and go, can anybody hear me?
You've got an earpiece? Yeah, I think you do. Yeah.
I took
No,
it
that's-
somewhere.
The only one it isn't is Freya.
So while you're saying that, we're gonna cut to Team Small.
My boy.
Killed your own character.
Well, technically, Gerwar did. Gerwar got a finishing shot. So
I think Jess killed, really. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was the Gwen
yeah,
after all.
I agree with that.
as
I killed him when I made some very poor decisions.
So as you two start riding, rushing towards the market, you'll Devlan and Voltrim, you see this like massive snake man like shoot past you. He's just moving rapidly down streets, across walls, and over buildings towards chasing something. But he's long gone as he shoots past you.
Let's not tussle with that.
Okay, fine by me.
Okay, roll a. Both of you roll a d20 for perception, and then both of you roll a d6.
5 on the perception,
5 on the perception,
and 2 on the d6.
2 on the d6.
11 on the perception, but 1 on the d6.
Okay, so collectively, you're able to put through that something. You're surrounded more by these beastmen and harpies. Like harpies are creating this horrible, chaotic interference. Like for you to be able to like kind of track down bigger targets, there's too much noise and mess, especially as you guys are like in the infancy of developing this skill. But what you can see, Voltrim, is you can see the back of Devlan's head. Devlan, what you can see is no, I'm joking. Voltrim, what you can see is like a collection of like buildings put together and the bell tower just behind them.
Yeah.
Devlan, you are able to put together that the firing on the south gate has stopped. What was garrisoning it is now dead. Things are moving in quicker motion, and you are in like the not even no man's land. You're now behind enemy lines.
I'll use the earpiece and say, we're heading to the tower. Where needs us? We're on foot, we're slow.
So as you're doing that, there's like on the other side.
Fucking things. I guess we keep going to the tower. It's the only place we know people were.
So I'm going to roll to see what kind of interference you're going to have. Okay, up ahead of you, as you come to like this gap in an alleyway, is a squad of beastmen, and they're like chewing on some like this black root food that's in these pouches, and the 6 of them kind of shaking as they eat these black roots.
Black roots?
Yeah, they're like gnawing on this like root thing.
Oh. Have they spotted us?
No, their backs are turned.
Do we avoid Devlan?
I don't feel like we need to engage them. We need to just regroup with everyone, right?
Okay.
Can
I'll
we see if
dispel the
there's
armor,
anything
so I'm quiet.
interesting about them?
They just look like generic footmen, to be honest.
Like they're just sat in a circle munching on some
Like roots,
Black
this
crap.
like black gnarled root, yeah.
right. Yeah. they
So
don't-
as you start stealthing, both of you give me a dex.
19.
This dice, holy shit, 18.
Okay, you both successfully stealth past them. You see that it's not a black root, but they've like spit roasted a human, and they're chawing on its charred remains, like on the hands and fingers. You sneak past into another alleyway, and you come across this like canals district, where there's like corpses littered everywhere, but there's no water in the canal.
What the fuck happened here?
There's like these bloated corpses, but no water present, leading in like a trail.
Is that the same direction that the
Snake man went,
weird
yeah.
snake thing flew away? Okay, let's go the opposite way to that. We need to keep heading south, Devlan. I have no bearings. Which way do we go?
South.
Devlin, roll a perception for me.
18.
Okay, so it's super easy to see where the tower is. It's really quite close. It's like a 10-minute run. But as you're looking at it, you look up and you see this giant black whirlpool appear above the sky, as these 6 elongated arms of like a giant begin to stretch out, and between them creates this like veil of eternal darkness, and it's slowly trickling down almost in a dome structure over the entire city. Angel, you'll be seeing this on your side as well. Angel Rykar, you'll remember it from your time in the Veil, and this is one of Void's abilities to lock a place away. It's the Eclipse. Reiner, you'll also remember it from when Goar, Dravik used the Chaos Seed.
So
Our time
that's very much a get the
is
fuck
running
out.
out. We
vibe,
need to go.
No matter what.
Max is so shook. Look at him.
He's so shook.
He's blown away by the Veil. That freeze frame is so good. He's like, so yeah, this veil is slowly descending across the city.
Okay.
I actually can't stop looking at Max now. It's so distracting.
Kind of scary.
Oh, what? Is
He's
my
so-
camera frozen or something?
Yeah, hold on. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. I'll send you what it's frozen like. There you go, Max. That's what it's frozen on. But it's been frozen on that for so long, and it took me like 3 seconds to realise.
Don't worry, I'll use that for memes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can see where the tower is. From there, you'll have an easier sense of direction to know where the main roads are, because the main road passes the market square.
We do not want to be on the inside of that when that comes down. We need to get everyone out. I'll try the earpiece again. And is there anything we can do to go faster? Because on foot, we're going to be tight.
You hear this massive explosion go off towards like the south of you as this huge building comes down, and it just collapses. This massive mortar strike has just blown away this building and anything near it, and then you hear another loud bang in the market square.
Just everyday stuff.
Everyday stuff.
So I'm not in range of Voltrum going on the earpiece.
You are basically, but I'll
Okay.
yeah.
I'll shut up.
I think if you get a bit closer, but the veil is kind of interfering it now.
Gotcha.
Oh, the music stopped.
That's the
To be
veil.
fair, I don't
It's interfering with it.
leave it at this one for now. So what do you guys want to do?
Bang near the marketplace. That wasn't the sound of another mortar, was it?
No, it sounded more like a cannon shot.
All right, and
Dwarven powder makes a distinctive noise. And I'll start making my way towards that, hopefully leading the way.
As you start crossing this like canal bridge, you pass down through empty districts, trail of like corpses, mixture of like elves. You see dwarfs. You see just like an absolute site of a massacre. Cavalry, dead horses. The streets are thick, like the kind of the roads, the cobble roads are all tattered and broken. Wagon is just on fire as it goes past you down this like short, small decline of a hill. But it's relatively quiet in your area, other than like the screams further up. And as you get to the tower, you pass the tower, you see the big bell on the floor. There's like Sakharin soldiers that are all dead, lined around. The ballista is broken at the top. You can't make out if anyone's still there or not. But you hear this like. Actually, you're at the tower. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're here?
Everything I intended to do, I think, no longer matters. Like, the first thing I wanted to do was, like, clear the enemies that were going up the tower, so that the people up the tower could then fight freely, and I guess there's no enemies there anymore.
Roll a perception.
Okay. 3.
So you say, I guess there's no enemies here, as you turn to Devlan.
I was thinking that since we're at the tower, it might be worth going up some way, see if we can see over the top of the buildings to get a bit of a sense of what's going on in the city still.
Okay, I'll escort you if you want to do that.
I would like to proceed carefully.
Sorry, can I just ask a question? Have they still got all the dwarves and everything with them?
We have no dwarfs with us, Max.
Okay,
No. They had soldiers, but they've let them go south across the lake.
Cool.
As you climb up the tower, you hear like a faint like crying at the top. It's like as you climb up towards it. As this big old tower, twirly stairs on the inside. There's tons of signs of fighting on the inside, by the way. Loads of corpses everywhere.
Yeah, can we keep going, but with our guard up? Then
You get up and you see this like this kind of big bulky guy. He's like shirtless. He's bald and he's like crouched over and he's like sitting on this Chaos Knight's corpse or this Chaos like a heavy soldier's corpse, and he's like kind of crying as he looks over the city.
does he smell like chaos?
Roll a d6. You need a 3 or above.
A 6.
Voltrim, you think he's just a normal man. Devlan, you know he's not. He stinks. He's a stinky chaos boy.
Ruh-roh.
Is that what you say?
Ruh-roh. I'm just going to turn to Rykar and let him know that this guy, I don't think we can trust him. He stinks of chaos, if you ask me.
I throw my axe at him.
Give me a strength.
11.
What's your strength?
14.
It takes him completely just unawares. He's got no idea you're there. You hit him square in the back of the head with this axe, and his body falls off the top of the tower. And you do this as he hits the bell beneath.
Oh. Should we ring the bell?
Devlin just ignores your joke.
Wait.
Turns around.
Sorry, did you say do we ring the bell? As in, like,
Oh,
should-
yes.
Bell's on
Well,
the floor.
the bell's
Oh,
on the floor.
oh, okay.
That was
I thought
what
it was still in the tower.
What if you whack it
Really hard.
really
we just
hard?
dropped a man on it. Isn't that what just happened?
Yeah, you dropped a man from the top of the tower onto the bottom of the bell, yeah.
Can I go up to the edge and just take a look and see if what his corpse looks like? I guess.
He's hit the top of the bell, so he's just splayed across it.
And like regular red blood and everything, and
Yeah.
Basically,
Right,
is he
take-
dead?
well, yeah. And hopefully, I didn't just tell the Dwarven King to kill an innocent man.
So you don't need to roll a perception for this. The site is perfect. Wyverns are in the skies. You see like harpies flying around. They haven't really noticed you for some reason. But from your perspective of the tower, you see that like most of the ships now have made it to land, and they're disembarking even more soldiers. Like you feared and suspected, the fire on the north gate has stopped. No one's alive that's fighting there anymore, or they've ran. The castle in the very, very far east is under heavy attack, but it's still holding. And to the south, there are various strong points. So you can see a makeshift defense set up. In the background, you can see something that looks like well, it's the field hospital, but obviously you can't tell it's the field hospital. And then beyond that, you see the south gate itself, where loads of musket fire and cannons are firing now, not out of the city, but into the city.
What do you see, champion?
Ultrim. Can I relay the information I've just gotten from Alex? And,
Yep.
Essentially, Voltrim, we need to decide now where are we going to go. It looks
We
like
are
there's
limited
several
on time,
different
and I'm going to point up and say we have to be out before that hits the ground.
So I'm not sure we've got time to go reinforce the castle. I think we need to make our way towards one of those defensive points on the south wall.
I agree.
Roll a d6, both of you.
2.
3.
Devlan, you feel intrigued to look over the side of the tower again.
I'm going to go take another look over the side of the tower.
You look down and there's no corpse on the bell.
Ultron, that man we just killed, I don't think we killed him.
What is with these people coming back from the dead? And make my way down.
As you guys start going
I'm not
down,
a big fan of chaos.
as you start going down the stairs, there's this like really angry-looking guy.
Armor up.
Yeah, who's at the base of the stairs, and he's holding your axe. and he's shirtless, he's jacked, but he's got like 2 gauntlets. He's completely bald, but there's a magnificent moustache, like this beautiful, extravagant blonde moustache that's twirled up. And he's just got leather riding boots and leather chaps on. And he looks up at you and he's like, "Why'd you have to go and do that? I was sad." I don't know why he's American. Why'd you do that?
I like it. It's terrifying.
I was just really sad, and you'd gone down and hit me. As he like throws the axe, he's like kind of stroppily throws it, and it just goes into the wall beside you.
Oh, you could have just handed that back to me.
I don't think so. I'm looking for a strong man. Are you strong?
Do I have time for you? Do I honestly have time for you now?
I don't know what the time is.
You want to go back up the tower? You can go back up.
He peeks out the back of the door, and he's like, "It's morning, but it's midnight."
Nice. You can get a better view from upstairs.
Roll a charisma.
7. My charisma is 7.
I don't think so. You're not very nice. Are you strong?
Why? As I start just walking away.
So he's at the base of the twirling staircase.
Okay, walking towards him then.
Yeah, Devlan.
I'm gonna hang back near the top. I want to see where this conversation goes.
As you start walking down, he's like, "I asked you a question. You're being awfully rude for a stranger. Are you strong, sir?"
Yes. And I'll just look him in the eye.
He like does this like intense grin, unblinking. His eyelids almost like fold back into his eyeballs as they bulge, and he's like, "Good." And he starts running up the stairs.
And I start running at him.
So you're like on this twirling staircase as you're running down towards him. He's running up towards you, and he's just got this smile, unblinking, like he doesn't seem to have eyelids anymore as he runs up at you.
Yep. Keep running.
He jumps up the stairs and like does this like flying punch at you.
And I phase out.
He smashes into the staircase behind you, and you see that he like punches brick and banister away. Stone falls down, and he's like, "Oh!"
And I just keep running down the stairs. I phase back in, keep heading down.
What on earth? That man's a ghost. He like turns and looks back at you. He's like, "Sir, you said you're strong." And he like jumps off the stairs and lands down in the lobby at the base of the tower.
In front of me or behind me?
Next to you.
Next to me. Can I call my axe through him, please?
Yeah, roll a strength.
7 with strength of 14.
Yeah. You pull it, and it goes straight through his chest as you catch it. It's covered in blood. You like flick the blood off of it, and he like falls down to his knees and falls face first into the dirt.
And then can I charge up and kind of just rise my knee into his jaw?
What, as he falls?
Yeah.
His face smashes onto your armored knee, and he slides down. And you hear this like.
So that one involves a strength check, and if I succeed it, he loses an AP and is not prone.
Oh, you so you charge him. Sorry, I thought you meant you. Okay, yeah. Roll a strength.
16.
Yeah, you smash into him, and he like barrels backwards, and he's lying on his back, and he's just like.
And I'll just say, "Devlan, we're leaving."
Devlan's at the top, so he's gonna have to run very quick.
I'm gonna come pattering down. I'm gonna drop my spear down the middle. So
just
bonus movement to it, and I'll just.
So, like a cartoon character, you just see his legs like wheels as he flies down the stairs and grabs his spear as he goes past it. And you leave the tower.
And we are heading to the market square.
As you're heading towards the market square, you hear like crackling on your earpiece, and it's Angel.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I've been talking to you for the last half an hour. Where the fuck are you?
Well, hello to you too. I am, and then I'm going to explain where I am.
You need help.
Which is,
Where are you? We're at the tower, or just left the tower heading to the market square.
Angel, from a clear view, you can
there's
see
the
the
tower.
towers to your left.
I'm right next to the tower. I'm in the marketplace, basically. I could be there in a second.
We're going to head to the south gate. Does that match with your plans or not?
We've got a bunch of people who've just started heading towards the south gate. We probably need to get to Henry, but it's on the other side of the city. I think we go to the south first, take a safe, quick route there, and then we can always double back to the castle rather than just fight through a straight line of army. That way, worst case scenario, we at least get out.
Does Devlan have a headpiece?
I don't know. No, I
No,
don't.
I'll stop
I
him.
have his, I think.
That's
I'll
true.
stop Devlan, relay this information, basically say, like, I will head to the south and escort these people. Like, is Angel coming? Angel, are you coming with us?
I think I probably should. Do I remember when we were flying over, by the way, this is to Alex, whereabouts the carriages were that the Robins were in? Because you said they were...
Yeah, they were heading from west directly to the south gate along that main road.
Yeah, I think...
So what you don't,
heads up.
Angel doesn't know, but you know, is that Miranda, for example, is at the fort that's on the way to the south gate, and Clara is at the medic field hospital, which is genuinely towards the southern wall.
Yeah.
Obviously, Angel doesn't know that, but they've headed in that direction.
But I sort of got, with the vision, that was the
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Well, that's near the south gate anyway, that bit.
Yeah, honestly, let's go to the south gate together as a unit. We can... The people, I've sent them up just ahead of us on horses. There's some dwarfs up there as well. Just as a heads up, we have encountered Dravik and Gerwar. Gerwar is okay. Dravik has been defeated. And let's meet outside the tower.
We'll wait for you.
Alright, I'll head to the tower.
It's just you, Angel. Yeah, you didn't go with the dwarfs or Caleb.
No, because I was thinking about heading off to Henry, but I've changed my mind.
So you run to the tower and you see Voltrim's just covered head to toe in blood, and he's like got his buckler's kind of bruised and smashed in a little bit, and he's standing there, and Devlan's next to him, also just covered in head to toe in blood, and this guy's standing next to them who's just also kind of looks beaten and bruised, but he has this magnificent moustache.
Oh, that guy's back, is he?
He's just standing next to you guys.
He's alive?
Well, you don't know him, Angel.
Yeah.
You're running over and you see them.
Okay. Do I see... Is he standing behind them?
Kind of behind them, like kind of to the left of them a little bit.
Are they aware, do I see him standing up?
Yeah, he's standing up behind them. Yeah.
I'm going to sort of go, there's a guy standing up behind you, just as a heads up, while I'm like running over. Is he a friend or foe?
Son of a...
As you turn around, he grabs Devlan's head and your head and cracks them together.
Fuck. Okay. Oh, that's
Hold on 1 second.
That's going to really hurt Devlan.
Yeah. So he cracks your heads together, Devlan, and then he just like kind of like pushes you both to the side so you're separate from each other. I said that wasn't very nice.
So he's gone Kong.
You attacked me.
What did I do wrong?
You said you were strong. We were meant to have a fight.
Where was that in the agreement?
He looks confused and he's like...
You know what
looks
we
around.
should do? I agree to reconvene this at a day of my choosing. How about that?
Are they just having a conversation while I'm
No,
running
in the
out?
distance
I'm
you
really
see them
like-
get smashed together and their heads thrown apart. And now Voltrim's kind of like talking to him from his knee, like as he slowly stands. And Devlan, whose like nose is broken and he's got black eyes, like concussed slightly.
Alright, I'm gonna run, and when I get in range, let me know.
Okay. I don't understand what you use words that are too big.
Small words. Good.
My name is Crawl. I'm the greatest fighter in the world.
Oh, hi, Coral.
What is your name?
Rykar.
Rykar, that's a fancy name. You're a little fella, aren't you, Rykar?
I'll look up at him. How tall is he?
About 7 foot.
Ugh. Why are you all so tall?
Who is this, your child? As he points to Devlan.
He has a beard.
What? He grabs Devlan and lifts him up by his beard. This is
Don't.
surely fake.
Don't do that.
What are the...
Don't put him down.
Why your
Put
punching
him
bag?
down.
It's very rude to
Angel,
me.
you're enraged. He's just lifted up Devland by his beard.
By his beard.
Put him down.
Way to
Rykar's
be
just chilling.
strong.
Yeah, Rykar's like,
Christ, this is.
you can't hear what they're saying.
Oh, that would be the most dangerous thing in the world. I probably shouldn't do that. No, I won't. I will keep running, and I'm gonna. No, it's insane that idea. Hidden blade out, and I'm gonna do a. Wait until I get closer. I'm gonna fucking leap at him and stab him in the arm.
Lightning blade or just your hidden blade?
Hidden blade, lightning charged.
Okay, so Voltrim in slow motion to your right, you see Angel sprinting, this like look of anger as he draws his hidden blade and like leaps off of a box to in like a striking motion towards the giant who's holding Devland. He's like shaking Devland by his beard.
Can I use the Chains of Fate ability on what was his name? Crawl.
Yeah.
On Crawl and basically completely distract his attention. So
He goes.
the ethereal
Remind me
chains whip out
Yeah.
and he's taunted onto me for
Okay.
a turn, I guess.
Whoa! He like looks towards you with this like sudden urge of anger he doesn't understand, and he swings Devland like a weapon at you by his beard.
Oh fuck!
I'm really glad I didn't do that other thing. I was gonna.
I didn't think he'd. Can I try and catch Devland?
Stop hitting each other.
Roller strength.
19.
I see Crawl as like Alex Armstrong from Former Alchemist.
Yeah, he looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
You swing, he slams Devland into you, but you slide back and you've managed to pull Devland from his grasp. But Devland's missing the bottom part of his beard.
It's okay, it happens to all of us, and I'll put Devlin down next to me.
Devland's just going.
Sure.
Immediately, Angel comes out of nowhere and just roll a dex actually to see where you stab him.
18, and apparently because it's stealth, I get a +1. Says my passive.
You land into his chest and stab him straight in the throat. Your blade appears out the other side. He's like,
Yeah.
We've already killed this guy twice, Angel. He's still alive.
and he like
the magic charm.
you slit his throat. All this blood just sprays over Voltrim, who's just standing beneath it like the shower. As Angel quickly moves out of the way.
I want to try and
he
backflip off of his body.
roll a dex. See if you pull off a backflip this time.
Yay, 15.
You land the backflip.
As I get drenched in this guy's blood, can I
Yeah.
sense his chaos energy yet?
Roll a d6. You need a 6.
2.
He falls face down into the ground, gurgling as blood pools around you.
And
Hey,
that's
let's chop his head
how
off.
you do it.
Roll a strength. With advantage.
Natural 20.
You cut his head clean off.
Alright.
Can I pick up the head?
Can I punt
Yeah.
his head away?
No.
should,
I'm going to pick up the head, I'm going to take out my dagger, and I'm going to cut off his top lip, and I'm going to take his mustache as a trophy.
You cut off his top lip and you get his mustache. You hang it from your belt like a.
Scalped him.
Yeah, you scalped him, but he's bald, so you scalped the only hair he has.
I just love that this is like a doom of chaos going really
Yeah.
slowly, and literally Devlin's just getting a mustache.
You have a top lip hanging from a hook on your belt now.
You've changed, man. You don't fuck with a mustache.
So you kick his head away afterwards, Voltrim.
Yeah, I'll drop kick it.
Roll a strength, see how far it goes.
Like a penalty kick.
Yeah, like in rugby.
Send it 100 yards away.
A 6 with a strength of 14, so just.
Yeah, no, it's just the distance you send it. So you send it like about 6 meters away.
No.
Yeah, not the best kick,
It's
but
a big head.
it rolls and bounces.
Yeah.
And your metal boot kind of removes half of it as
and
you
there's
kick
blood
it anyway.
everywhere, so
Yeah, it kind of pops like a melon as you kicked it anyway.
I'll then just like put the wipers on. Try and
Well,
clear my
the
face.
wings go.
I might have to lift the helmet up and blood like pours out.
Yeah,
yeah, just like
a goldfish falls down. You're like,
Right.
yeah.
we need
So
to leave. We need to leave.
Yeah, I'm glad you're all dealing with grief in a healthy way.
What
Let's.
grief?
I'm not.
The only one I know of is Cassian.
Yes. We should probably tell Freya about that if we find them. In which case, let's go. No more wasting time.
Maybe we take a moment.
Yeah,
On,
maybe.
Devlin? What did you say, Dan? I didn't hear you.
Maybe we pick our moment for when we tell Freya.
Yeah, probably should be before she delves searching into the city for a dead man.
Meanwhile, in the city,
Searching for a dead man.
Daddy, where are you?
so where are you guys heading?
We're going south.
We're going Southgate. We're going to escort the convoy.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up with the safest route to the south. When we get into somewhat friendly territory where we figure out where we are and if we can get out, then we'll decide whether or not we're going back in for the king if no one else has got him.
And
So you're-
don't forget Devlan scouted that out as well. Devlan knows the best route.
Yeah, Devlin knows the best routes. You'll catch up with the what's left of the Lazarus party. That Fane, Durin, Thurin, and Banger, they all swarm you, Raikar, and they're all like, Your Grace, as they pat you. We thought you were lost. Who's your friend?
Which one? And I'm going to turn around and just hope the big guy's not there again.
He's like running down this alleyway towards you guys.
The big guy.
He's got his head under his under his right arm as he's rushing towards you.
All right, that's not great.
You promised me a fight. The mouth says as he.
All right, everybody, keep going. Keep
Is
going.
Deadline not like fucking
Everybody
wall
go.
him?
Yeah,
like,
wall him.
go.
I'm gonna step forward with the boys. Send the. Everyone else go. We're dealing with an immortal here. I hope they go.
Yeah, they start riding off.
I will,
All right.
I will
The dwarves
command
try and
the
stay
dwarves.
behind, but
I will command them to
Alright,
go.
here's
yeah.
the good plan. Devlin, try and sink him into the ground using earth magic, and then we'll deal with it from there. I'm gonna try and trip him up or something. I'm gonna go ahead of the other guys, slightly towards the left, and try and get the chain out and round his legs while he's running. If you're running
Okay.
fast, you're quite likely to fall over.
We'll cut back to you guys in a second then.
All right.
Reiner, you successfully make it behind this barricaded fort. You see there's a couple of injured soldiers taking a brief respite. There's water being handed out. People are quickly eating down food. And suddenly, as you're spun around and this slap hits you in the face. And before you have a chance to react, there's this open mouth on your lips, and someone's shoving their tongue down your throat.
Grab the booty.
Yep. And she smacks you again. She's like, I thought you were dead, you goddamn fool. What happened to you all? Miranda's in front of you, she's kind of sooty and dusty and covered in blood and dirt.
We died, but there's no time for this.
What?
Oh, we need an update. Where's Henry?
Still in the castle. They're trying to hold everyone back until the civilians get out. Most of the city that aren't dead are falling back. We're holding this point. We've lost contact with everyone towards the guild. The dragon landed there. I think it's dead or injured. I'm not sure. But the fighting is thickest. Hawk and Garion are slowly pulling back. She unfolds this map in the dirt. Hawk and Garion are holding back, but the castle is under siege, and so they're slowly pulling back. We're losing the city rapidly. We own maybe 1/3 of it at this point.
Okay, we need to retreat as soon as possible.
The field hospital needs wagons. We need to get the injured out. We were cut off. Follow me, and she picks you up and grabs you to the side as she strides towards these people getting ready. You see a bunch of ancient knights, and they're donning their armor and helmet, and these men look grizzled, gnarly, and ready for a fight.
Where are they? Where are you going? Where are we going?
Escorting the wagons, sir. As they don this knight helmet with these lances.
Where's Henry? Oh, but sorry. Where's? Fuck, Hunter.
He's at the field hospital with the first wave. He was meant to clear the way for the wagons, but the beast men broke through. You're the second wave with the wagons. We can't spare the third.
Is the last thing I need to know, is there a clean path to get out of the south gate?
Yes, from here, yes.
Right, send people straight away to the south gate, fire flares, get everybody know that we need to retreat ASAP.
That's already happening. She points to the flares in the sky behind you.
Right, okay, cool, fine.
We're holding back the wave. We have strategic retreat points. The guild hall is what concerns me. If the enemy are at our flank, then we'll be cut off from the castle.
Right, fine, let's go. Go.
What, do you want to go to the guild hall or the field hospital? Or Henry?
Well, what's the guild hall's Cassian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Field hospital. How clear is the field hospital?
Your cousin is there with the defending it, but they need wagons to escort the injured and the dead, or the dying even.
Clara's there as well.
I want to ask the soldier how clear the route is to the hospital.
We'll make it clear, sir.
Okay. Anybody heard from Cassian?
No, I said that. The guild hall's
Okay.
gone quiet.
Eddie's back with me, isn't he?
He's flying around the southern gate.
Okay, I'm gonna send Eddie towards Cassian, and I'm gonna head with this lot to the hospital.
Miranda's staying to hold the fort. She
Yeah, that's fine.
slaps her bow into your hand. I expect this back, and loads you onto one of the wagons. There's like 6 of these giant wagons, and these knights fill in around you. There's only about 300 of them, but they're ready.
Okay, go.
She like yells at the knight that was commanding them, "Bring him back in one piece!" And he like salutes and then
I
charges
turn around to
through.
her and say, "You stay alive."
She like blows you a kiss as you see her running back towards the command structure. As you ride down the streets, your hoofs are like crushing. The wagon wheels are just crushing the dead, friend and foe alike. These knights spare no one underneath their hoofs as they continue charging forwards, and eventually you get to the point where there's like multiple earth walls, and you see Knights of the Silver Tree, or what's left of them, slicing and stabbing at some beastmen. A massive wave is coming to the right, and the commander at the front puts up his spear, and suddenly like 200 of these lances fall into like an arrowhead formation and peel off. And the beastmen that get hit by this, it just get like a wave of water, absolutely wiped out underneath the might of these heavy armored horses. 100 remain with the wagons, and they ride towards the Silver Tree Knights. Clara's in the command, and you see her like pulling her blade out of the mouth of this Minotaur as she shakes the blood off.
Yeah.
Reiner, where's Angel?
Not sure right now. We need to go though. We need to go.
Is he alive?
He was when I last saw him.
What? When did you last see him? What happened to you? Where is everyone?
We can't talk about this now. We need to get moving.
Here.
There's not no time at
That
all.
Freya's in the hospital.
Clara doesn't know that.
I thought Clara saw her.
No, you didn't.
Oh, so
go.
Freya just saw Clara.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Reiner, take nubbins, and she like tosses nubbins towards you.
Oh, don't give me that pressure.
He's
Okay.
like as he flies up in the air towards you.
I'll put that in the
Sorry,
pocket.
pick nubbins.
So I want to run straight into the hospital and say, wagons are here. We need to go right now. Anybody that's critical, I'm sorry. That's it.
The head nurse is like,
Prioritizing
take
go.
a breath, son, for 5 seconds, for God's sake. It's going to take us a while to move the injured.
We know.
Who are you?
If anybody's too injured, we can't take them. You've got to go. You've got to go. Everything is about to be horrible. I've been in a situation like this before. One of the heroes of Antioch, go. Anybody that can walk, take them. Anybody that can't walk, that's it. I'm sorry. We just got to save as many as we can right now.
Hero of Ansia! Clear the path! Clear the path! Daniel Volo pulls his way through. Reiner!
Grab someone and get out of the fucking carriage.
Why is everyone so rude to me today?
Also, while this is happening, can Freya literally just walk past Reiner with Leaf, like, in her arm?
Well, Leaf's unconscious still, so there's like a
Yeah.
stretcher. The stretchers are loading the wagons rapidly as the nurse is barking orders. She yells at the men on the wall, "Buy us more time!" And the men salute, and they're like firing off. Your name is Reiner.
Can I grab Freya as she's walking past?
Yep.
You
Can
Well,
I
Freya, you're-
slap her around the face and
can
say,
shove him.
you need to leave Leaf with these people and you need to go. We need you in the battle.
Can Freya just turn and ignore him and continue on to the wagon with Leaf in her arms?
Give me
Right,
a charisma, Reiner.
Yeah.
So, because this is
Well,
to
that'd be a point, to be
people,
honest.
Freya, what would he need to hit on a d20 to convince you?
It was 11 last night.
In the
Well,
estate,
that's spooked 11 because it was Lula and this is Reiner.
Oh.
well, in the state that you're currently in, knowing that Leaf's been loaded up into the wagons, and you see that outside the fighting is thickest, So if you give me a second to also explain the situation, Reiner, the nurse will have told you that your cousin is leading the defense on the outside with the rest of the Knights of Antia that are like charging around, the Knights of Barrowtown. You would have seen them as you came in, because you imagine like it's a crossroad with the field hospital in the center.
Yeah.
You would have seen them down the end of the very long main road, fighting a bunch of the Chaos soldiers, as your knights would have gone to meet them, other than the 100 that is escorting the wagons.
Okay.
The 100 knights have immediately dismounted and start loading and helping the injured in. The first ones to be loaded are the injured that can walk and are conscious, so they're like missing arms or whatever. The ones that are on the stretchers are the second load to be loaded in. The heavily injured will be the final load, because realistically, yeah, some are probably going to be left behind. Though the nurse will inform you that she and her team will remain behind for as long as they possibly can, to give the people a chance.
Yes, but we also need you a lot more than we can't have you die here.
Then she
Yeah,
says
not
she says to you, buy me 10 more minutes. I beg you. I can load these people in if I have to do it myself. Give me 10 minutes. We're gonna empty this entire hospital.
Okay. Can I turn back to Freya? Well,
Now you can give an impassionate speech. I'm just gonna get some water while it happens. Lauren, tell what dice roll he needs.
He...
Should I give you my speech first and see if it goes through?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we'll do a roll, yeah.
Right, okay. So the other one failed, obviously. So, Freya, I need you in this fight. I can't do everything. Leaf is fine. He's safe. We don't know about your father. Last we knew, he's dead. You need to check on him, and we still got to get Henry out of here.
You're gonna have to roll.
And
Okay, yeah, what?
You're gonna have to roll like a 16 and above for that.
Okay, that's fine. I rolled a nat 1, so that's fine. You can fuck off.
I just... Don't
Dear
wait,
God.
wait. Oh wait, Alex is coming. Give me a sec.
you need to make it more passionate than that. Even Rhino would be like, you would understand Freya's been through a lot. You'd be like, look, like you'd actually try to engage her in some way, right?
Oh no, I think Ryan's fucked off with her now.
Yeah, that was a nat 1, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm done with her.
The dice
She's
are
dead. She's literally dead to me now.
Well,
fair play.
ooh,
Character.
I don't know that she's fucking killed her brother, do I?
That's true.
All I know is that we've all been through the same shit. She's greedy. She's just gone straight after Leaf. And as soon as she's got Leaf, she's then sat in the hospital while everybody's fighting outside and dying. And she's one of the champions. She's just sat there. Nah, he's done with her.
Fair play.
would you not punch her?
Okay, speak to Alex.
Alright, I've already slapped her.
So Leaf's being put on the wagon, and Freya rushes towards you, grabs the cuff of your shirt, but she's not angry. She's like pure panicked, like about to crying. And she's like, "What did you say about my father?"
I should just like hold her, say, you need to get your shit together. Your father, last we saw, was being killed by a dragon. We're pretty sure the dragon died, but it landed on his body. We haven't heard since. All that I know is that the area that your father was in has gone quiet.
Can Freya collapse onto her knees, like smack down onto her knees?
Can I just grab her and put her on the wagon and say, just take her? Put her next to Leaf and just let her go. I haven't got time for this, and I'm just going to immediately straight go. I'm going to go to Hunter and just tell Hunter what's going on. And I want to say, look, as soon as you get a chance, give it like a minute, if that. But we need all the soldiers that we can get, so you need to make a retreat as soon as you know the wagons are clear.
Hunter looks down at you from his horse as he takes his helmet off. His like hair is slick with sweat, and he just nods. And you see that he's like bleeding from one of his eyes. He nods at you, dons his helmet, puts up the salute, and like all the anti-knights go, whoo, and then like line in with him. Freya, you're on the back of this wagon. You're one of the first to leave, and you see like the Knights of the Silver Tree are like running alongside the wagon, and Clara hops into the back with you.
Wait, Clara, I need you.
Clara
Can,
hops.
can Freya just like everyone can hear it, like just break and like
Yeah.
scream, like sobbing, scream rage into this wagon and just like
The nurses are all not like none of the nurses pay attention to you. They're dealing with like the crying dead, but you feel Leaf's arm reach out as he grabs your hand and squeezes your hand. Clara jumps onto the back of the wagon and goes down to one knee in front of you and puts her like forehead on your forehead, and she's like, I don't. Leaf will make it. She thinks you're crying over Leaf. She's like, I'm sure he'll make it. And she hears Rhino call for her, and a bunch of the knights kind of peel off to go assist on the holding. Escort the injured to the south gate, Freya. You fought. And she like hops off the back of the wagon and dodges the next one behind her as she runs with a bunch of the knights.
yeah. Freya's just gonna like pretty much collapse her face into Leaf's chest while he's like laying in the wagon, and she's just sobbing.
In the fort, you guys hold off for way beyond the 10-minute mark.
I'm not planning to stay with them.
Oh, okay. What's your plan?
So I want to tell Clara that she has to stay with the guys in the fort because she's one of the best people that can probably cover their retreat, so they can also get out. And I want to probably make my way over to Henry.
Mm-hmm. So you got to double back. So you'll probably best go in with the wagon, to be honest.
Yeah,
and double back.
And then part off as soon as it gets near. Yeah.
Yeah. So you take one of the horses and then ride off past where Miranda is. You see that she's still holding that side. They haven't had to retreat yet. And you see that the wagons are making it towards the south gate. You escort them for a little while. You see Freya like crying into Leaf's chest as you peel.
As I'm on my way, I will be on the radio to see if anybody's nearby.
Yeah.
If I get through to anybody.
No one is that you're aware of. So you peel left down like a fork in the road back towards the castle and the shopping area. Meanwhile, you know that the field hospital is in the process of retreating. Lulan, you will be emerging. You come towards this like park from the far left of the district that you were in, and the water, like Sienna, pulls you into the lake and pulls you out of it, and you leave all the corpses behind, and you're in a clean water elemental as she drudges further and further to the south rapidly. You've lost the snake man as far as you can tell. The last thing you heard him yell in mocking was like, I'll hunt you in the sands, I'll hunt you in the desert, your people will be skinned, as like you lost track of him. Hestia's flying low above, and you emerge into this like pit of gunfire and smoke, and you see this fort ahead of you with like a small like donut ring wall and a small barricade set up as you see the banners of humanity against like tides and tides of beastmen and shirtless, armorless wildmen that rush it and are pushed off one by one. But the waves are getting bigger and the defenses are getting smaller and smaller. Draven turns to you. This is a long gap to cross. Sienna's going to be growing tired. What do you think? One final push, or can the Griffin carry us?
How many of them is it all together?
Injured Tamaway, injured Uchi, injured Gur, Oni, Draven, Sienna, and you. 7.
2 of them are quite small because they're children, like, right? And they're
Only Sienna.
Yeah, but isn't Tomaway quite small anyway? That's what you described her as before.
She's thin.
Hmm.
She's thin, but she's not like child height.
No, but thin. Like, when you're thin, you're like fucking weigh nothing, right?
Yeah, but then you got a big fucking guy, so he probably overcounts for her, doesn't he? Because
Oni's a big old sumo boy.
Yeah. That probably counts each other.
Look, in my mind, we're heading. The escape plan is south, right? Everyone has to get south. That is where the city is lost, so it's escape. However, I have a duty of care to King Henry, and as far as I know, no one has got there so far, and I need that. So either you guys push and go south by yourself as a massive group. I do have a health potion left over. and I can give that to someone, and be like, use it on who you need most. And then I'm gonna suggest that I'm gonna take Hestia and go to the King Henry, or try to go to Hawk, or get to
All
Hawk.
right.
Actually, do you know what? Let's all get to Hawk. Let's do that. He is our biggest ally so far, and then we'll decide from there.
Orc.
Hawk.
Who the hell is that?
He's the mage of the
Oh,
Tower
the
of
new
Brasilia.
Archmage.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But he's
Well-
quite powerful.
Where is he?
He's literally just across from us there on that street.
Sienna, turn us left. It's up the hill, mind, a very steep hill. Sienna, like the water elemental, turns left of this like fort, and in the corner of your eye, you kind of see like Miranda on the walls fighting a bunch of the Chaos Soldiers below. And you start to trudge up the hill, and this like hill is packed full of tiny little narrow streets that you'll remember from your shopping trips. So the fighting is the shoulder to shoulder, shield wall versus shield wall, and it's like Templars in their heavy magic-proof armor holding the line, hacking with their axes and swords, and until they're exhausted or they drown in blood as the wild men pull them down onto their knees, and they're just too exhausted to fight and resist. Meanwhile, our mages are fighting their mages over and over again. One of the most beautiful things you've ever seen is a bunch of like frozen harpies wing to wing, and you know that Hawk's been fighting at this point. As you're able to make the sheer incline up the hill, a couple of wild men are trying, and they're using their axes to dig into the mud and the structures to get around the like homemade fortifications of Garion and Hawk. But mages are firing fireballs or lightning bolts or gust winds down at them, so Sienna's having to duck and weave and duck and weave. And you explode at the top of the hill, and as you land, her water elemental bursts and she falls to her knees, passed out. And Draven scoops her up over his back. You've done well, child. So well. Well, where is your Hawk? And these like Templars march with like spears and like lock you in a phalanx formation. And you hear, wait! Garion, take them to Garion! And two of the soldiers escort you. The injured Tamaway's crew are like peeled off to the further south part. And Draven's like, I have to get Sienna out. She may be all I have left. Good luck.
Go south.
Good luck, Lulan.
You too.
And he
Hopefully
like
see you soon.
nods and
Keep
peels
her
off.
safe.
And as you like walk back with these two soldiers, you see Garion, and he's like, his helmet's off. He's sipping some water as he's pointing to this map, relaying information. You see Hawk there, who's like massive bags under his eyes, his pale white skin and white hair, kind of sweat drenched and on his forehead. Lulan, he says as he stands. I didn't. What's happened?
We don't have time. The city is lost, and we need to make everyone who can make a safety retreat south. That's all we've got. The city is lost, and I'm gonna go after King Henry. I've got a plan to get him out, and if you can come with me, that's great. But for now, we need to go.
We're
Everyone
organising
needs to
a
go.
strategic retreat here.
Yeah.
The last message we got from Henry, the castle has been evacuated, or is in the process of being evacuated. The strongest knights are remaining behind to buy us some time, though their most northern gate of the castle is heavily under siege. Battering rams, homemade boats, longships overturned into rams, but they're holding. Meanwhile, we're cut off slightly. I believe someone's made a fort down the hill. We can just see it from here, but we cannot get through to the south gate. The dragon's somewhere there, or at last we saw. But if you need to get to Henry, the quickest route is either by horse down this road, and he points down the cobbled street, which then whirs its way to the southern gate of the castle, or your griffin, perhaps.
Can I do both? Can my griffin make an impact on trying to get through that blockade, and I go by horse? Or do you think
is your
that's
beast?
gonna? She can pierce the armor of a wyvern. I think.
It's the
One
choice.
for someone else.
The choice is yours. Let me just explain that we've begun our retreat here. What you've seen is the last of our defense, a small shield wall. Most of the mages and Templars have begun to fall back. A couple mages have volunteered to stay behind to burn the streets behind us. They're injured and refuse to give up the position so that we may leave. The city is lost. Of that we all agree. Yes, Freya?
Oh, well, I was just questioning, what's the ETA of the dome?
I would say that it's like half down now. That's an also thing. It's like that thing's coming down. It's evil magic. That much I know. I can't tell you for the life of me without studying it what it is, but I don't like the look of it.
Look, I don't want to say panicked, but it almost is panicked. It's not free for all, but it is.
If we root, Garrington, if we root, we all die. Strategic retreats are the only way out. They'll be damned. We have to organize our retreat. If it comes a free-for-all and a run, we're more likely to kill our own to escape. We need to filter this retreat. I know it seems agonizingly slow, but it is our only step. Go tell the king to abandon the castle. We can hold them at the we can open up makeshift forts along the way. There are old the guild hall, the guard houses, the town garrisons and barracks, inns. For God's sake, we can make barricades. But the retreat has already begun. Go and speed him along. We've already lost one king. Let's not lose another.
Okay, then to King Henry. I'm going
towards your griffin.
Then I will go. Is anyone coming with me?
None of us can. We're the last
Okay.
of a few remaining defenders.
All right then. Godspeed and solace speed. I don't know, whatever there is in this world. And just fucking get to the south gate and make it out alive.
As you see above you, the veil is like half down, but you help on Hessia and you fly towards the castle. You've got pretty clean flying, like the cannons and riflemen are doing expertise at picking out the harpies from the sky, and the mages have made this place a fucking nightmare for any living thing, any flying thing.
Question:
Yes.
How many turns did it take it from Sienna picking us up in that thing, me activating drain to like finishing at the place? How many like turns?
I'd say it's like 3 turns.
Okay.
Cool down.
And in those turns, did anything happen
No.
to me? Okay. So theoretically, because I said drain, and drain is if I put all my APs to it, I can drain 2 blood tokens per turn, and that's 2 AP per turn, 3 by 6, right? So I am now at
max tokens.
I am at max tokens now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. I just wanted to clarify that so I can put that in my notes accurately.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So as you fly across, we're going to cut to Freya. Oh no, we'll cut to the boys. We'll cut to the boys actually. Team Small plus Angel. Big man's rushing at you.
Yep.
What was your plan here?
He yelled.
You're
We'll
using Tom.
trap him.
You're going to earth trap him, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, hold
roll-
on. Okay, fine. Sure.
Roll a
That
wisdom.
was the last thing you shouted to.
But I was going to try and trip him first, right?
Were you?
Well, that's what I
Angel
was
did
thinking.
try and trip
He
him.
was, yeah.
Go
Yeah,
for it
okay,
then.
so Angel roll a dex if you can trip him, and then maybe just catch him in the earth.
Hey, nat 20.
Your chain whips out round his big legs. He's obviously kind of distracted because he's holding his head. As he falls forwards, he skids on his chest, and he chases nipples along the stone as he slides forwards. Devlan, did you want to bury him now?
Yes. I rolled a 13.
This isn't the song I meant to play. 13, so he disappears under the ground. He would be up to his head, but A, his head's in his arms, and B, he landed on his front, so he disappears under the ground.
Great. I mean, that might solve that, because I guess he can't power out because he's just stuck in earth. I'll just yell down. You first, Evelyn.
I was gonna say, is there anything else around that we can just like put on top of the pile? Just
Yeah,
can we easily collapse a building on it or something?
No, there's like some wagons and boxes and barrels. And shit.
Here's the thing, Devlin. Can you like sense where he is under the ground?
I mean, you all can.
Oh, well, because of
If I roll a 6.
But like with your earth,
did you?
with your earth magic, could you like suction him lower into the ground, like move the earth beneath him, and he'll just keep going deeper?
I don't know. I don't know how much control I have over the depth.
Give it a practice, and then we'll get out of here.
I mean, it's up to their necks, and the guy's 7 foot, so he should be about 6 feet underground right now because he was horizontal.
Right.
It's a pretty decent grave.
Let's give it like 30 seconds and see does it look like he's breaking out of this earth. No, it's just a flat earth.
It's just flat Earth.
All right, let's go. We'll deal with him again.
Try
If...
and sense the chaos.
Yeah. Roll a d6.
Oh, what?
4.
I won.
1.
A 1.
Angel, you kind of toot a little bit as you're really straining. You're like, oh.
It sounds like there's some movement below the
It's a duck. It was a duck.
Chaos.
You what did you get, Devlin?
Oh, what?
You can't sense him, and Riker.
But I didn't.
You sense that he's still under there.
He's still under there, guys.
All right, let's go. That was the goal.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll try something else later if he gets out. But right now he's encased in earth. He can't move, and he's decapitated.
Okay, so let's start jogging back. And as we do that, it's like, Angel, can you try and zap me with your chain?
Sure, we have.
And I'll just, as we're running, I'll hold on to the chain.
I'll wrap it around his wrist, and I'll try and channel some lightning into him.
Okay, roll a wisdom. If you fail, you stun him.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Again.
You get 2 tokens of charge for your static.
We'll take that.
If he had passed out, just we'd have to drag him behind you on the chain, just across the
That would
floor.
have been quite risky.
King for a walk.
Yeah, just dragging him. Just
I almost wish that was a nat 1. That would have been so much funnier.
yeah. So you're running your. Okay, so again, you've got 2 options here: stealth or punching through.
As we're running, I'm just going to say, well, actually, we'll make this decision first. Stealth or punching through. What's
Then we need to
quicker?
catch up to the convoy.
Yeah, we wanted to get to the south.
Oh, are you doing the convoy, or I thought you were cutting through
We want to get to Henry.
towards Henry?
Oh,
Is there a
What's your
clear
plan?
path to Henry?
No, that's what I was saying. What's your destination first, and I'll tell you what we need.
Southern
we have
Gate.
to do. Southern Gate. Okay.
Yeah.
Southern Gate, in which case it's much easier. The convoy of the Lazarus soldiers has smashed through what pathetic defenses the enemies are putting up, as well as Miranda's cooperation. You're on the main road now, and you see the enemy retreating to build up a second or a 15th wave, for example. But they're preparing elsewhere as you're passing corpses over and over again. What was that?
Oh, that's Fudge trying to get Merlin to pay attention to her, so she keeps pouring at me, and now because my attention's
Give
not
us
good
a quick
enough.
fudge cam. Give us a fudge cam.
Mommy, make him love me.
The little
Down there.
Mel's down there.
He keeps giving her the side eye, shut up.
Yeah, Merlin doesn't understand fudge. It's he thinks it's either a fight or threatening, so he's just
She keeps looking at me do something, get him
Yeah.
to respond to me.
get him to beat me up. Anyway, so yeah, you're making easy pickings down this street, and the barricade, these wagons are pushed out of the way, and Miranda rushes up to you and throws her arms around you, Angel. I thought you were dead. I've seen. Come in, you guys, come in. Rykon. She hugs you and hugs Devlan as she pulls you in.
Is everyone okay? Last we saw the tower.
Reiner's just been through here.
Where's he gone?
He's rushed with some Ancient Knights to go protect the field hospital to get the injured out.
Right, we're gonna try and. Well, first off, is everyone okay? Is Clara okay? Is Nubbins okay?
Clara's at the field hospital as well, defending it. Nubbins is with Clara.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Where is that in relation to where we are?
It's to the west. Willow's trying to make it towards Henry.
Right.
Angel, Ash. He didn't make it.
Did I see that in a vision or not?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna deal with all of this once this is over. Let's give them the respect that they deserve and get.
She wipes a tear out her eye and pats you on the shoulder and she's like, "We're holding the line here. There's a few stragglers still to make it, but this veil above is coming down fast. We'll be leaving shortly."
He did what he did so we can get out. So let's respect him by getting out.
Exactly.
What's the quickest way to the castle here? Is Henry out? He's not, is he?
Henry's still in the castle. She whistles and a bunch of soldiers bring 3 horses over to you.
Alright, that's probably
you
gonna
see
be
on
what we go and deal with.
Bleaty sprints out of nowhere and just tackles Devlan to the ground and starts licking his face.
We all
Katie specifically asked about Bleaty earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't answer where he is.
Bleaty's got like blood and visceral guts all over it, stuck in his fur. But he's like lapping at you, and she's like, I could have sworn I saw him punch a man to death earlier, but okay.
We don't.
The sheep
No,
is
that's
weird.
impossible, right?
Yeah, I've been up for 24 hours at this
And yet
point.
it still happened. We know, we know.
Right, take these horses. You're going to want to veer south for a bit, and then take the fork in the road. The alleyways are all full of defenses and traps at this point. Stick to the main roads only, okay?
Angel, how are you getting out when you get to him?
Well, I'm going alone. There's 3 horses.
How are you getting him out when you go?
Back the way we came, probably.
You think you have time? And I'll look up at the sky.
Angel Fernandez always comes quickly.
That's what I've heard, Miranda says, as she goes back
patches
to the
himself.
defensive line.
Look,
Well,
real
she's
quick,
like,
before I forget, I'll turn to Miranda. If a big, giant, bald man without a mustache but looks like there should be one comes running down from that road, he's an immortal enemy, and we buried him under the ground.
Miranda turns to you and she's like, "What?"
If he says he's looking for a strong fight, say the dwarf went that way and point him in a different direction. That's just a backup plan. Do you understand that?
Yes, I think so.
All right. In answer to your question, I don't know how I'm going to get out.
Okay, I'm going to leave you guys to this.
Yeah.
I have to go lead the defense, and then she runs back to the fort wall.
Are you not coming then? Do you want to stay here to make sure we have someone get out?
We shouldn't all go. You 100% should. I'm the slowest one here by miles.
All right. Is Clara on the way?
Clara's into the west, further away.
Last retreat, isn't she?
You either have to go east or west. East is Henry, west is Clara.
Oh, wow. Is West not a West trying to get to the south?
Yes, but they're dealing with the field.
Whoa, you don't know. You don't know any of this.
Well,
No one's
Miranda
been
just,
answering.
Miranda
Yes,
just
Miranda's
said
there.
that.
Wow, Max is right.
Yeah,
We
but
don't know
Miranda,
any of
Miranda
this.
just said that she sent men to the field hospital. Yeah.
All right. Henry's a big boy.
No.
I'm sure he can figure this out.
I can go to the field hospital, Angel. I can cover that.
But I just married that woman, and today's not the day that I'm gonna let her get away. Good luck with Henry, and then I'm gonna go off to the west.
So as you're riding towards the west, you see Reiner just ride on the other side of the street. You guys just pass each other because a building is in the way.
I'll just throw up the team well.
You were meant to be getting Henry! Where's Henry?
Team West. I'm getting my wife.
Do you have the waystone?
Wait,
Alright. pull the fucking horse up. Alright, I'm gonna come
Give it to
back.
Voltrum. Just give it to Voltrum and you go away.
Alright.
It's God, he's by me.
No, I'm fucking turning around. That is actually quite convincing. Alright.
Yeah, 'cause-
Alright.
Give it here, I'm going
No,
to Henry.
I'm gonna go with you to Henry as well. Say she's gonna be
Clara's
fine.
fine. She should be fine.
The West sounds like it's fine, from what we can tell. No?
They're retreating. They've got their orders.
So what? Angel
They were
Ryan
fine when I
goes
left
to
them.
Henry now.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go up to Reiner. I'm gonna give
Ultram and
him...
Devlan are near enough in distance of this.
I'm gonna give-
They're-
Give me that fucking
Everyone
phone
should
as
be-
well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let me just explain.
Waystone.
Let me just explain something. Voltram and Reiner, if you, Voltram, fucking hell, Devlan and Voltram, if you turn around and look south at the end of the road from where the fort is, you can see that Reiner and Angel are on their horses, arguing about something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the
Devlan,
earpiece.
go.
I'm gonna-
Devlan, please go help.
I'm gonna say, look,
Those two.
Those
Reiner,
idiots, please go help
you
those
take
idiots.
this waystone and get Henry out.
Yes, go get your lover out.
Alright.
Just make sure they all get out.
Do you want to take Devlan? He's right there.
Devlan? He kind of cocks his head and looks down.
I'll go on the earpiece. Voltram, you've convinced me. Reiner's gonna go save Henry with the waystone. Does Devlin want to join him?
Devlan, go join.
That's an order.
Frey's already on the car.
That's an
Devlin, you wanna go help?
order.
Voltron, why are you not coming?
I'm gonna head off to
I'm
the
slow
west
as
now.
fuck. and I can't ride a horse. I can't ride a horse.
Can I
You
go
could,
pick
you
him
could
up?
also, you could get on someone's horse.
Freya's already with the evacuating people. She's a mess, but I'm sure if shit goes to fucking mess, shit goes to shit, she'll do something. Why am I holding my hand like a fucking phone?
You're also in yelling distance of each other anyway.
Oh, right.
There's such a like
on. And then
triangle of
Devlin, oh
meeting.
shit, Devlin can ride a horse, can't he?
You
Yeah.
get on the back.
Yeah, he's a ranger.
Right, okay. So, yeah, but he's also half.
Oh, Devlan
Yeah,
can get his
he's-
own horse.
Yeah,
She
so
gave us
Devlin's
three
on his
horses.
own horse.
All right, you fucking go then. I'm going to the
Ride
water.
two.
Angel, just make sure they get out all right.
All right.
All right, Angel's going west. Who's
teamwork.
going east?
I'm taking Vultrum and Devlan.
All right, Boltram, Devlan, you're okay with that?
I roll a dice.
But yeah, you can if you want. I don't know what dice you want to roll, but roll
Oh,
it.
I'm
yeah.
saying, according to the dice roll.
Ooh, he's staying.
You're staying. Right, Devlan, come in or go? And I need to know now. 3, 2, 1.
Ball, let's go.
All right.
Okay, we go.
Devlan and Rhino ride off. Fultram's going to help Miranda hold the line, and
Yep.
Angel's going to secure what's left of the field hospital. Okay.
That's a good spreading out of resources.
Oh, the fucking immortal guy's gonna come.
But you'll be there waiting for him.
Won't be my problem this time.
Angel, you ride through and you see that there are these bunch of like ancient knights smashing, reforming and smashing, continuously killing these beastmen that are like rushing down these streets. You see Clara with a bunch of Knights of the Silver Tree on top of these this wall around this field hospital. You remember this hospital from when you investigated the injured guard.
Hang about. Sorry not to do that to you.
Hmm.
But would have Angel passed Freya? Where's Freya at this point? Because
Freya
She's
was the
gone
wagon
out
ahead of
south,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did scream like really loudly.
No, but Freya's already
Yeah,
was in the
that's
wagons ahead of Rhino.
Okay.
Okay, so Freya's already at the south gate.
Clara
No,
knows-
she's on the way to the south gate.
But Clara knows well.
Yeah.
Clara was there
Yep.
with me for a minute.
So Angel, you arrive at the fort. You arrive at the field hospital.
Matt.
The gates open, and you pour in, and you see that it's mostly the most significant injured being loaded into wagons. Clara sprints down the steps and just like tackles you off the horse, and she's like holding you, and like she's almost like weeping in tears. Her hands are shaking. I thought you were dead. Reiner said you were made it. I don't know what's happened to you. These scars. As she like looks over your body. What's happened?
Pretty much let everybody down. All of this shit has happened because the whole Chosen One thing was bullshit and it was a lie and
She kisses you straight on the mouth.
Oh.
And then as she does that, she pulls you off. The Chosen One's not a lie. These people are here. Races fighting that would have been enemies. People united against one threat. We're all united behind you. You guys are the shield and we're the sword. She like stands you up.
God damn it! I do not deserve you at all. And then I'll kiss her back, and then
She like her leg like goes up your leg, and she like makes out impassionately with you.
just it's like
Angel!
it'll make a great art.
Angel, my good man, it's me. Damien Volo like rushes over to you. Angel,
Are we
it's
still
so good.
making out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you, Angel.
Can I
My
roll
goodness.
to ignore him?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
I've seen Reiner was here. I've seen Freya. Freya looks very well. Poor Leaf, the boy, was almost dead.
I'm gonna stop kissing him for this moment and go, Damien Volo, it's good to see you're alive.
It's good to see you too, my good
Are
friend.
you okay?
Yes, I'm just assisting with the medical people.
Do you have any more
Stop
of those
it.
healing potions you might be able to spare?
No, I'm afraid my apothecary kit has already been taken to the south gate. I'm merely assisting now. We're loading up the last deer hunter Swan. The good lad is outside with the defenses.
You're doing good work, Damien Volo. Stay at it. This is gonna make a good book one day. Keep remembering
is.
what's happening. And
The Chronicles of Angel Fernandez. I haven't forgotten. He like waves his quill in the air.
Good sir. I'm gonna
Clara-
spin him
Clara
around
also-
and go, get back in there, champ. And I'm gonna turn to Clara and go, is there a way out of the city from the west gate where we are?
No, we have to push to the south gate, but we can go along the southern wall. Defenders have turned the cannons on the inside of the castle, and you hear like a load of fire as these cannonballs whiz overhead. Our best bet is to follow the wall. We've only got 6 more wagons to load up. It won't be long now.
Alright, in a worst case scenario, try and save some of your earth energy to break us out of a different way if we absolutely have to. Alright, let's...
Nubbins is with Reiner. I forgot to tell you.
Oh shit! I forgot as well.
What do you mean he's with Reiner?
I didn't know if I was going to see you, so Reiner said he was going towards the south gate.
Nubbins is a big lad. We have to have faith in our boy. He's gonna pull through. Let's just focus on ourselves for this moment in time. That's all we can do. Where am I most useful here? Holding them off or leading away the injured?
Hold them off. Come on, you and I on the front lines with Hunter.
Alright, I'm gonna head over there.
The two of you make an excellent team as you cut, slice, and stab alongside what's left of the Silver Tree Knights and Hunter's Barrowtown Guard. You manage your defenses allowed the rest of the injured to board, and before you know it, you're on a horse riding alongside them, escorting them along towards the south.
Okay.
Can I
Meanwhile,
just say one thing? Sorry.
yeah.
Would Nubbins not have heard Angel's voice?
Well, I
assume
assume
at that time.
it's too late, and I assume
He was
it's
in
your
his pocket.
Yeah.
He's ready.
So
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
Devlan are riding at great speeds. Nubbins pops out of your pocket, his ears flapping in the wind.
Nubbins.
Where are we going?
Nubbins, what the fuck? I forgot. Get back in.
He like goes down into your pocket. Yeah.
I mean, you also forgot.
And as you're
That's one of
riding,
his stealthy
you
powers.
see that the like people signal you, and the east gate, sorry, the south gate of the castle is opened, and you guys shoot through as like men a shield wall outside to kill the invaders behind you. Hestia's already landed in the grounds, and you see Lulan dismounting as you guys arrive at roughly the same time.
Ludan, update. What's going on?
Yeah, I last saw Hawk and the Templars there heading south. Picked up, dropped off a load of people. Saw some guy was hunting me. Saw what's her name? Draven and whatever his name is. Her name. My mind is going blank. I'm so panicked right now.
As you're running up the stairs to the castle, you go through the maze that
Well, can I tell Hestia to sort of not circle, but like I don't know.
Wyverns are overhead, so she's gonna start hunting and fighting those as the cannons assist her.
I'm just gonna say, look, what I've heard is that everyone has been evacuated here. That civilian-wise, it's only King Henry, and obviously we need to get him out. I have a waystone, by the way, so I can.
I have a waystone, by the way.
Okay, well, preferably maybe you get him out, and I'll go on Hestia. I don't care. Can I do a perception check on Chaos?
Yeah, in your area, other than the harpies above and the wyverns above, this is all loyal knights and vassals, and they're defending the castle grounds and the keep with unwavering morale.
Right. Can I fill Ludan in on what I know?
Yeah.
So barracks room save, the Freyers on the wagons and all that leaves with blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay.
Do I know about the dome?
Yes, you can see it.
You've been. Oh, has she seen a dome before though?
No, but it's now halfway down, or cut quickly 2/3 of the way down.
I'm just going to assume that she's seen the dome before because you were in Lazarus when it came down.
Yeah. You do know the dome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So plan. You've got Hestia.
Mhm.
Are we using the waystones as a last resort, or?
I think that's not even the last resort, best resort. We need to get him out, and we also need to get out.
Yeah, we need to get all these people out as well.
That, and also there's that fucking corrupted whatever hammer.
Warhammer. We need to get
Which no one can touch.
No, but it's wrapped in cloth.
Right. Do you want to go for the Warhammer? I'll go for Henry.
Well, I'd rather we both go to Henry and hope that it's nearby. But yeah, sure.
Go for Henry then, and I'll go for the Warhammer.
Do we know where Henry is?
No, we don't. So I was
It's
saying
in the
go
castle,
to Henry.
yeah. The guards
No,
can
go
run
to-
up to you, and you can ask anyone here.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a guard. Be like, look, I'll relay. Like everyone's going south.
You're Lulan, the
Everyone's-
chosen one. He
Great.
salutes. It's
Okay.
a
I haven't
pleasure.
got time for this. Can I fuck
love
off
that.
to go get the Warhammer?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I love that. Great. Can you relay to scouts to get everyone out? It's a mass retreat to the south gate.
With
Also,
the-
where is King Henry?
He's in the war room. Straight through the double doors and then left down to the end of the corridor.
Good boy. I'm gonna slap on the cheek twice and move.
That's Devlan. I know that one as well. He says to his friend as Devlan rushes. I assume you're following Lulan. Rhino, you're running blind into a castle. Roll a d20 to find the right room.
I know roughly where it is, and I'm a ranger, and I've got not high perception, but I have got high perception.
Yeah, it's a big castle though. It's the biggest castle in the world.
I don't know where my lucky one is.
Hey Lula, when we get to Henry, should we ask him where the hammer is?
18.
You're like bursting through one door, then another door, then another door, then another door, then another door. 18 doors later, you crack in through, and you see like the king's study, and it's left relatively untouched. And on this mantelpiece in this like locked box is this giant black hammer made of one solid metal.
Cool. Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything else useful in here? Nat 20, by the way.
There are hundreds of scrolls, like hundreds and thousands of scrolls and letters that you probably wouldn't have time to pilfer through, really.
No.
In terms of like visible, like what you can see, the hammer is probably the main thing, and then the crown of Midland.
Okay, can I grab both? And then...
So the hammer is in a lockbox. It's like in a glass, quite solid glass container.
What's above it?
Like, I don't know, a picture of the king's family.
Okay, is there a lampshade high in the sky? Over in the middle of the room?
No, there's no lamps. It's just like a fireplace and some torches and braziers and stuff.
Okay, fuck it, I'll just try and smash it with brute strength.
Roll a strength.
Make sure it's covered.
Well, I'm already going to try and truck it. 15.
You smash the lockbox and the hammer falls to the floor.
Is it wrapped?
No.
Do I see any coffee in it near me?
There's like loads of curtains.
Like, cut a bit of the curtain off, wrap it up, and then cut another bit of the curtain off, and like tie it to my back.
As you lift the hammer up and feel its weight, it's so heavy. You have no idea how anyone could have wielded this. It's like lifting a car onto your back. You're like having to drag your feet from its weight, and you continuously hear this like whispering in both your ears. But every time you turn your head to the right to see who's whispering, the whisper then comes from the left, and it's
Even
like,
though it's wrapped up.
yeah, it's just this. It's this like.
Okay, can I let go? From my knowledge of waystones, they have unlimited uses to do. Do they have a cooldown?
They've got a cooldown.
How long's the cooldown?
1 a day.
Fuck. Right. I'm gonna say I've got the hammer. It's fucking heavy. I can barely move this. How's Henry looking?
Meanwhile, you guys run into the war room and you see Henry, Rob, Jeffrey Bowman, and a bunch of like
I'm dragging the hammer back and over.
other soldiers that you don't really recognize gather around this table. Lulan, Henry says, and like you see Jeffrey smile warmly. Lulan, what are you doing here? What happened?
Worst thing that could possibly have happened, but not the worst. The city is lost. We need to go. I have a way out that is instant, and all our allies, as far as I know, are meeting at the south gate, and I can get us there now.
Acknowledged. We wanted to hold as long as we could to buy you guys more time, but the city is
out.
lost.
Yeah,
to the
out.
throne
Let's
room,
go.
all of you. Get the men off the walls as best they can. What is your way out?
Yeah, the men who can run. Henry, I kind of want to get us out. Hestia, by the way, Hestia is fully grown. So,
What?
do you want to take a trip? Yeah, do you want to take a trip on a griffin?
I will not abandon my men.
I don't care, Henry.
We have
I
a
appreciate-
stable full of horses. We can summon a charge out.
Can
Get to
I,
the courtyard. Everyone to the courtyard.
can
as
I
best
try
you
to,
can.
Henry? I appreciate it, but you are a big pawn in this fucking playfield. If you go, the morale of humanity goes. Can I try to fucking intimidate him to come with me with Hestia?
Roll on intimidation.
With advantage?
No.
Nah. Okay. Okay, what is my advantage? Wait, let me go my stats. Advantage. What's my intimidation? 9. What is that? That is a 16.
To the courtyard, all of you. We'll ride out, and I'll ride Hestia with you. But we fly low and protect the men we can. Understood?
Understood.
Signal
And then
the
I relay.
retreat.
Someone
Relay
I'm
that
assuming
to me.
will go. I'm going to relay to Reiner. Henry's going with me. Everyone else is on the retreat. Take the waystone if you want. It's on. I have it on a backup for me and Henry if need be in Hestia. But take it out.
Right.
Get out the playing field.
Jeffrey-
Can you take the hammer? Because I can barely bloody carry it.
Jeffrey
No, I
appears beside you, Lulan, and he's like, "It's not all lost. We still have you guys." As he holds you by the hand. That would be a true defeat. Now, let's get out of here while we're all still breathing, shall we? And he sheaths his blade and picks up his famous longbow and marches out the door.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Everyone starts filtering out. Trebuchet Tom ruffles your hair, Lulan, and Rob kind of salutes.
Don't die.
They're all in their heavy mail as they make their way to the courtyard.
Can I say this again? I can't carry this hammer on my own. Hestia can.
Well, I don't. Try and get outside. Fine, I will try.
Okay. Oh,
But
well, no, what I'll say then
is Waystone.
send Devlan to me. Devlan can Waystone with the hammer. I'll go with the troops.
Fine.
Can I ask Henry? We're trying to get that big black warhammer out of the city as well because we think Chaos wants it. How would you normally move it?
He doesn't know it's not his hammer.
That was Victor Trost's warhammer. I don't think he ever even wielded it. It was a burden to pick up. The old king told me that much. It can be lifted, but no one. He struggled to describe what he felt and saw when he lifted it.
Did you try?
You almost no.
Well, they must have had a way to move it because they showed it to us.
The king lifted it. It can be lifted. You must merely put your hand on the metal.
Right.
But who knows what comes with that?
Did you? And he was able to lift it, but wasn't instantly corrupt. All we know is that he can corrupt you. He lifted it, and he wasn't fully corrupted. I don't know whether I want.
It's just a weapon and a tail that it's supposed to follow Ragnar's bloodline. This isn't why Chaos is here. Let's leave. Abandon the weapon. Leave it in the halls for all I care. Let's go. And he dons this famous lion helmet as he starts marching out towards the courtyard.
I'm not grabbing him towards the courtyard. Hestia's going to be up. Yeah. I'm going to try and meet in the middle. I'm going to try and grab Henry to meet at a point that Reiner would meet in like a courtyard
well,
on
you'd
the
go through the throne room
Yeah.
into the courtyard is just out at the front where you landed with Hestia and the stables.
Oh, okay. Fine. We'll do that.
Right. Yeah. Again, I'd say take that Devlan, take the Waystone, and get out. I'll go with the troops. You go on Hestia.
Why am I?
Oh, I'll come on Hestia with.
I
you.
want Henry to try and lift it first.
Now is not the time.
Fine.
Okay, so let's go through who's doing what. You're in the
Well, I'm
courtyard. You're all gathered in the courtyard.
Why are you trying to send me with the Waystone?
Because one person can go with the Waystone with the hammer straight to the south gate.
Right, fine.
I don't want to go. I know Lulan won't go because of Hestia.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll be the courier for the Warhammer.
Cool.
All right, so Devlan, you throw this Waystone into the air, and it begins to spin, and the veil's
Think of the south
blackness.
gate.
This veil's blackness, like lightning, bolts it down, and you see Void's hand grab around it as Void slowly appears before you. And he stretches up, and he holds the Waystone in one of his 6 arms and crushes it. And he does this no, you are to be eaten. As he stands before you, all these knights draw their swords and spears, and mages begin to fire, muskets begin to fire, all these
Can I
projectiles
grab
hit him,
Henry and go?
there's just like a circle around him, and all these projectiles explode before they even reach him. You grab Henry, and Henry's like, "What in the fuck is that?"
Just go. I will say a Chaos King we can't defeat. Let's go. Know when you are. No.
All these people like terrified at this like massive structure of a being with 6 arms, bird-like, as it like clicks its head round, and you see it raise one of its arms. It's got 2 arms like behind its back, and it's hunched forwards. It raises one of its arms, and this like tiny beam of light comes through it. And, like,
wind wall.
It goes straight through the wind wall, and it seems to just leave a trace on the floor behind you. And then the floor erupts with fire around from wherever this line touches, and people are like extinguished immediately into ash. Horses are cut ablaze. This half of the wall begins to collapse behind as all these men are like thrown from it. What the hell? All these people like firing arrows. Jeffrey Bowman loses an arrow. None of the projectiles hit as he's just holding his other arm.
I just shout at the top of my lungs, "Retreat!"
Everyone begins to scamper and retreat, but he doesn't chase. He just walks towards the throne room, and he just smashes your waystone into dust as he enters the castle. He's kind of like clicking, and he's doing this like noise, laughing as he walks off.
Yeah.
The route begins, and everyone begins to panic and retreat. The hammer is still on the floor. Let's do a initiative turn because you're all talking over each other. So everyone roll the 3 of you roll a d20 to see who gets to talk first.
Okay.
Except you, Devlan. You've been a good boy. Right, Reiner, Chess, what are your 2 rolls?
I've rolled a nat 20.
10. Okay, Reiner, you get to speak, then Chess, you get to speak. Devlan, feel free to speak whenever you want. It's just to keep these 2 organised. Reiner?
If you want the hammer, take the hammer now on Hestia and go. I'm going with the men. And I get on a horse and go.
Okay, Lulan has the talking stick.
Fuck you. I'm gonna get Hestia to. Well, I'm hoping the king is with me on top of Hestia at that point.
Yeah, he's kind of like mounted up.
He's the only one you picked up, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna grab Bowman and whatever as well, and then leave.
Sorry, Reiner, what were you
and
doing?
Dablan.
Oh,
what did you do, Reiner?
I was going to go with the men.
What about the hammer? You're just leaving it?
I'm leaving the hammer.
Cool.
Do we have any draft horses?
Draft horses?
Can I throw together a makeshift sled?
There'll be
Take
wagons.
From a horse.
Yeah, there'll be wagons.
Will a wagon take the weight of the warhammer?
The wheels will be scraping along the back of it, but maybe.
Well, it was in a frame, so
Yeah.
The thing is it organic?
Wasn't it frame?
Touches it and it weighs down, or inorganic? You've got to decide. Like,
Can we lift the warhammer up into a wagon then and see if we can get it moving that
The
way?
wagon stays. Yeah, it can be lifted into the wagon.
and then is it affected by inorganic touch?
If I can carry it and move it,
Mm-hmm.
then it probably is the same weight as 2 people. So theory goes, if it's only the same weight as 2 people, and Hestia can fly with 8 people, did you say, or 6?
6 max.
6, right? So Lulan, Henry, Hammer, and Devlan. I'll go with Bowman and with the rest. That's it. That's sorted.
The Vale is descending rapidly. You guys have to move.
No.
I do that.
Okay, Hestia begins to take flight, and as Hestia does, you see through the broken wall all these Northmen pouring in, and like people are the soldiers are doing their best to defend it, and trudging through the gap in the breach in the wall is this antlered helm, the 3rd King of Chaos. He slices at these men that come near him.
Can I
and
shoot
then
triple shot?
Uh,
Not triple shot, cripple shot.
Yep, roll a d20.
11.
It hits him straight in the leg. He goes down to one knee and then just throwing axes Hestia. And this giant 2-handed axe goes towards Hestia and hits her straight in the flank. Hestia goes and lets out like a buckle as she like smashes into what the fountain and knocks down the statues. Everyone's thrown from Hestia. Roll a dex, Lulan. And Devlan, I think you're on Hestia as well.
Fucking first 20, so fine.
Nice. Rob falls on his face. Tom falls on his face. Jeffrey lands and Henry lands. Devlin?
I rolled a 7 and my dex is 13.
Then yes, you land on your feet as well. Ragnar stands and just lets the blade sever his tendon heel as he drags his leg forward, and he like clicks his neck and summons the axe back to him, similar to Voltrim. And he's wielding two-handed, double-sided axes as he's like smashes them together. He's like, "This is war!" As he like lunges forwards, and these knights, he's massive and unbelievably buff, in this heavy bronze armor with these giant antlers, and he just smashes and shelters through. And Henry like draws his long sword.
And I ride past, grab.
No,
Henry.
I'm hold on. He draws his long sword, and he goes, "Defend your king!" As he ignites everyone's blades in flames, so all of you get fire-enhanced weapons, and everyone goes, "Charge!" And like Rob gets up and runs towards him with sword and shield. Trebuchet Tom throws a spear. Jeffrey Bowman's firing. I will serve mute you. Jeffrey Bowman's firing his arrows one after another, and Ragnar's just like tanking it, blocking it, or dodging it as he axes through one knight, axes for a second knight. Rob manages to shield block one. Who's this? Hello, little pancake. Yeah, Ragnar smashes through one.
Can I just say, can I have a turn? Because I am on the floor.
You may. Roll a d20 for me.
Yes, thank you.
Lulan, roll 1. Devlan, roll 1.
4.
15, 18.
16.
I love your
12.
stories, but they stress me out so much when I know that I can do something, and
Okay,
you're not letting me talk, and he's taking like 5 hits.
There's a server mute coming. You've got a 4, so you're last on the turn order.
Okay, that's fine.
Ragnar rushes forwards and like smashes Rob back. Immediately jumping in Rob's defense, Henry catches the axe of his burning longsword and lifts it back and slices down in such a quick motion. Like, this is the first time you've seen Henry actually physically fight, and you can see why he's got this prowess of being an unbelievably skilled swordsman. He slices clean through the under armor and the neck of Ragnar, leaving this trail of burning blood and flame. Ragnar stumbles back and just is laughing manically. Yes! Yes! As they're fighting, Jeffrey Bowman's lining up shot after shot. 2 hit Ragnar in the armpit. Lulan, your turn. Or was it Devlan? Sorry, Devlan, what was yours?
Rolled an 8.
Lulan?
16.
Lulan, yours.
Well, you said Hestia were injured.
Yep.
How it, like, injured, like...
Well, she took
Can't fly?
No, it really shocked her to take a double-sided axe to the flank.
But she can fly.
Yeah, she'll be able to fly.
Great.
You're right, Fudgy.
What do? Can I use... I'm going to use blood because I've got full. So I'm going to use blood dragons. 3.
Yep.
So 9 of my tokens are gone. I'm going to summon 3 blood dragons to fucking pin/attack Ragnar away from Henry. And keep him whatever. So it does basically. It says on the thing. Can summon the heads, yada yada. Can choose a point within visual range for the serpent-like dragon to descend and explode, if possible, in a 2x2 square, dealing 3 damage to all within the area. Up to 3 dragons can be summoned within one. With each summoned, one requires 3 tokens, yada yada. 1 AP to move.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
Lulan does this like ornate pattern with her hands, and behind her these like. When I say dragons, I meant like long Chinese dragons, not like with wings.
I just imagine them as necks.
Yeah, so these 3 long neck dragons fly toward. Are you doing 3? and they smash into Ragnar like tunnels of blooded water. And he slides back away from Henry as Henry ducks away from it. And you see Ragnar's like got his arms crossed and he's dragged across the floor back towards the breach. And all these like chaos soldiers that were and the wild men that were in the background, if a single bit of these dragons touch them, they're like shredded backwards, or their arms are blown off, or holes are punctured through them. But Ragnar's just like tanking it as he's pushed back towards the breach. Yes! Yes, this is war! He keeps saying, like with sheer excitement as he's dragged back.
And then I'm gonna basically try to grab Henry, or say to Henry, "We need to go. This is not a fight we can win right now. We've got to go. I'm sorry."
Devlan, your turn.
How close am I to Ragnar?
He's just been blown back towards the breach, and I would say you're a short sprint away from the breach.
Okay. Can I use my fighting dirty ability? Scuff up the ground.
Okay.
The breach.
Yeah.
So everyone in there gets -1 AP and doesn't get opportunity attacks.
So you see, like,
shout,
yeah.
This is not a winning fight. We're not here to take on a Chaos King. Run.
So Devlan puts his hands to the ground, and especially with like the amount of blood that's in the breach, the ground is soaked and muddy. But you notice that allies are able to stand on it easily. It's just the enemies are trudged up to their knees, like having to pull their boots out of the mud. The ally shield walls formed around the breach as the rest of the people begin mounting wagons and horses and readying up to escape. Reiner, your turn.
Okay, what's going on with Henry and Lulan? Are they leaving, or
Henry's trying to organise and Lulan's dragging him towards Hestia?
right? Okay, I'm gonna continue to get people out, and I kind of want to be the last man, but everybody's retreating.
So you're loading people into the wagons. Going, go.
Noise, like retreat.
Yeah,
just getting everybody out, going.
So, like, about 30 men are holding the breach. They're heavily armored. They've got, like, long halberds or spears, and they're stabbing into the breach. Ragnar's, like, the breach is because it's now so, like, sodden. These men are being able to hold this small gap with ease, thanks to Devlan's move. And most of them were obliterated by Lulan's dragons. But Ragnar's, like, covered in blood as he, like, shakes himself like a wet dog. And he's just, like, laughing manically as he starts trudging through the sodden earth towards the knights.
Am I on Overwatch?
You can do if you want.
Yeah, can I be on Overwatch?
Yeah. Okay, so Ragnar like lunge jumps over the shield wall and smashes his side into a wagon, which shakes a bunch of people out. But they fire your arrow.
No, I want to activate my second ult.
That can't be done in Overwatch. You have to do that on your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot him with an arrow, then try and drag his attention.
Yeah, you got Miranda's bow. Roll a dex for me.
I'll probably use triple shot.
No, Overwatch is a singular shot.
Oh, that's mean. 10.
You can shoot at 2 different targets in Overwatch now, but yeah. 10.
Alright, then I'll shoot both his axes. If you allow it.
Go on then. You hit one axe.
10. And a 6, so just hit the other
strength test. Loses one axe. Loses both axes. He drops both axes on the ground as he lands. And he's like, "Oh, yes! Skilled you are, little boy!" As he, like, smashes a wagon out of his way and starts running towards you guys.
Can I still be shouting retreat at this point?
Yeah, everyone's, like, running out. He lunges towards Henry, but Trebuchet Tom wind steps and, like, jabs the spear straight through Ragnar's neck. Ragnar shatters the spear, grabs Trebuchet Tom, and just knocks him clean out with one punch and throws him into the fountain. And Trebuchet Tom's, like, knocked out against the fountain wall. Jeffrey Bowman begins, like, shooting arrows at him. He takes 2 more in the arm, but he's like, "Rah!" Henry fires a fireball point blank, and then Ragnar steps, and this pillar of fire comes around Ragnar that consumes the fireball, and the two just hold, like, flamethrowers at each other, and this massive 2, like, red lions jump at one another. these bright red flames taking the form of a lion, and they explode, creating this massive ripple of fire. And Ragnar's like, well, well, my loins were fertile. One of my kin is still alive. And Henry's like, I don't know who you are. And Henry like charges at him with a long sword and slices it down. Wet the pallet there. And slices into the armor. Ragnar grabs the sword and like shatters it, and then smashes his helmet into Henry's lion helmet. And the antlers explode. The lion helmet comes flying off, and the two are like fireballing each other point blank, and now going onto daggers and axes, and just slicing and cutting at one another until Ragnar like frog kicks Henry in the chest, and he rolls back like crawling towards another longsword that's on the floor. Lulan.
Well, okay, so I'm assuming from me grabbing him to him just gone, whatever. I'm. Do I know where the Warhammer is?
It was on one of the wagons. You guys loaded
It
it
was
onto
on
a
Hestia. It was on Hestia because we
Pretty
had the
sure
debate.
pretty sure you said you loaded it on a wagon.
Yeah, then we had the debate, and she said she's going to take the
And then you said-
Warhammer, Henry, Devlan, and her.
Alright, well then it's on Hestia's saddles.
I'm gonna. Is this an AP that I shout to Henry, get the Warhammer?
Yes.
Fine, then I shout to Henry, get the fucking Warhammer, and then I'm going to. At this point, what would Lunan do? I guess she would. She has loyalty in that regard. She would grab Thingy who's drowning.
Trebuchet Tom, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Trebuchet Tom who's drowning.
As you shout
Get him out, like.
as you shout get the Warhammer, but everyone kind of hears that. Devlan, your turn?
But I said.
Yeah, you said Henry grab it. Doesn't mean only Henry can hear it. Everyone hears it. Devlan, your turn?
I just want to keep helping people move along the wagons.
Yeah? You're just helping load people in.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more I can do to.
So the
help
breach
Ragnar
is
and
still-
they're cracking on.
The breach is still, people are filtering in. Like an Earth rampart could probably buy those garrison the shield wall time to escape.
Is it off cooldown now?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'll do that then. Throw up a rampart in the breach.
Roll a wisdom for me.
A 1.
The Earth's so sodden from your first move, it doesn't work.
Earth Mage.
Also, do I successfully get Thingy out the fountain?
Yeah.
Cool.
You got one more AP, Devlan. He's weighing it up.
I'm weighing it up.
Yeah,
Can I try and use my Rocky Clap on Ragnar?
Oh, yeah, okay. Roll 2 wisdoms.
A 19
Nice.
and a 13.
So, Devlan, you see Devlan do this like hand motion, and 2 giant earth hands just encase and clap Ragnar between them, and these rocks bind and smash, and he's like stunned, trying to break through these rocks as he's kind of caught between them. Rhino, your turn.
Can I put down a wind trap in front of me, step back a bit, draw my sword, and shout, "You wanted a challenge, come get it"?
He's currently stunned, but yeah, he's like, yes, as he's like trying to break through the rocks. Now he does overhear Lulan shout, "Get the Warhammer," and he looks towards Hestia, and then you just.
But is it more than him being taunted at the moment? Because he got trapped.
Yes.
He heard, then got trapped, and then got taunted.
I did just shoot both his axes out of his hands, so I believe it should be a roll-off.
A roll-off for what? You don't have a taunt ability. You give me a charisma if you want to try and taunt.
Intimidation, which is still...
Yeah. Well,
low.
no, it's a challenge, so it'll be charisma.
But they're both fucking 4, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, so give me a charisma roll to see if you can taunt him.
17!
He's like, he just laughs and he's like, oh, I'll kill you, all right. It doesn't mean that he's still not going to try and call for the Warhammer, except that he is stunned currently because of Devlan. Henry grabs this spear off the ground, turns it on the stunned Ragnar, and drives it with the burning point straight through the armored chest and pushes it all the way through until he's at, you hear the metal scraping as the blade explodes out the back of Ragnar as he drives it all the way, and he steps back and he's shaking the sweat off of him. Retreat, everyone! Run! And as everyone starts making a break for the gates, the shield wall kind of begins to fall back and abandon. The people have poured off the walls now as grappling hooks are coming over. To the bird! To the bird! As everyone's standing up. Trebuchet Tom's unconscious. Lulan, give me a strength test to see if you can load Trebuchet Tom onto the big pigeon.
That's not the right fucking dice. Where the fuck is the dice? Sorry, my bed sheets have kind of melded into one.
Wait, are you saying that Lulan's by the big pigeon?
There it is.
Well, near enough. She's by the fountain where it is.
So she is in reach of the Warhammer.
Yeah.
Just checking, yeah.
Also, did people want to pause it here? If everyone, it's midnight. I just realised.
It is midnight.
Can they get out of the fort first?
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay. You
Just
guys okay to keep playing a bit more?
Yep. Planning to get out the fort.
All right, Chess, what's your strength?
It was 17.
You load Trebuchet Tom unconsciously onto the back of Hestia. Rob is standing beside Henry as he slays 2 wildmen that have made it through the breach. He sticks his sword in one and loses his sword, but he kicks the other one down into the sodden earth of Devlan. As he picks up just another blade and tosses it to Henry. Henry catches it. Ragnar's got this spear stuck in him, and he's trying to pull it out while he's still caught between these rocky hands. What do you guys want to do?
I would like for Henry to actually do what I've asked him to do. I'm like, fucking move.
Yeah, he's heading towards Hestia, but he's just keeping a very watchful eye on Ragnar and letting people get out.
Do we think that Henry using the Warhammer is just gonna
Well, no, I just want him to hopefully... Well, I want Henry out, and the Warhammer's there anyway, and Henry has his blood, apparently, so I fucking going anyway. I just want Henry out. That's my plan.
Okay,
if Henry using the Warhammer was gonna kill Ragnar, great. But if it's not, then we should just be getting out of here.
Yeah.
So let's just go.
That's what I'm trying to do anyway.
Nubbins towards Hestia.
Okay.
Obviously towards...
You put Nubbins with you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna continue to taunt the big guy. Basically saying
So Nubbins lands on Hestia and is like, what the fuck is this? As he's never seen Hestia fully grown. Trebuchet Tom's asleep. So that's 3 people, including the hammer. Then Lulan's 4.
Doesn't Nubbins not weigh anything though?
No, but the hammer's 2. So Trebuchet Tom, the hammer is 3. Lulan, then
Devlan
Rob, and Devlan, and Henry. So Jeffrey Bowman or someone has to stay behind, not including Reiner.
I'll go on a horse.
Yeah, okay, so Devlan, you easily grab a horse on the stable. In fact, one of the riders can just hoik you up because you're a halfling with ease. And you ride out through the gate towards the southern gate.
And I shoot off with Hestia and them.
Hestia takes flight. Wyverns are chasing you. She struggles to get off with the injury.
Did
and you can see
Jeffrey
blood.
get on? Just confirm it.
Yeah, Jeffrey got on. You can see blood.
And Henry.
Yep, you can see blood pumping out of Hestia's flank as she takes off. Wyvern, she's flying a bit slower because the weight of the hammer. Reiner, you're on your own now.
Yeah.
He shakes off the stun, and now you're on a fresh turn.
Okay, so. Okay. I kind of want him to come to me, and I want to be on Overwatch, but not Overwatch. So technically, he would have his turn before me.
Yeah,
Is not.
he
bad.
does. Yeah. Okay, he's going to charge you with strength. He rushes at you.
Or he's going to stand in the wind wall. Wind trap.
He walks straight through it.
Fuck. I'm gonna. Oh, you said I can't ult in.
No,
Overwatch.
he removes his helmet as he's running. Come on then, little man! As he jumps towards you.
And I wind step behind him.
Overwatch, you can shoot, and that's it.
Everybody else can do stuff in Overwatch.
You can
That's not
dodge.
fair.
You can. No one's. No,
Everybody
you're the
else-
only
nah.
one. You're the only one that
You
has.
can
Overwatch.
use abilities.
You can
in
do.
Overwatch.
You can dodge. No
You
one
can
else
use
has
abilities in
Overwatch. You can
Yes,
dodge.
Overwatch. You can save
can
an
dodge.
AP if you go in Overwatch.
Only for ranged attacks. You can dodge freely.
Are you sure?
You can't use an ability.
I
only
don't know,
people-
I don't think this is
the-
right. I think
the only-
Overwatch is saving 1 AP.
The only people that can use Overwatch for an ability is Tom's clap or your abilities.
Saving an ability. So you say you're not using any of your abilities and actions. You're saving an ability for Overwatch.
Isn't he kind of dodging anyway via a wind step? Or no? I'm not sure. Just watching from afar.
We've always played it, and
Windstep.
Yeah.
Windstep. Roll a wisdom for me.
okay. Fuck me, my wisdom's not high. Not 20.
You windstep back. He punches into the ground where you were. You now lost your Overwatch. Your turn.
I'm gonna use my second ult.
So your eyes grow this like pinky, misty color, and you.
Can I let you cutscene? So basically, the aim is to hold him for a turn and a half,
Okay.
and deal as much damage to him as I can. Tell me what I need to roll.
Okay. So he charges at you. You're just going to keep having to roll dexes. 19 out of 20 here. He swings 2 fists at you, so 2 dodges.
7. And a 3.
Easy. Yep, you dodge both of those. You're like ducking and weaving, just playing on the defense. And he's like mocking you, being like, "You can't swing a hit!" As he swings 2 more fists at you. Yep, just give me 2 dexes again. Just don't roll a 1, you'll be alright.
7 and a 5.
Yep, now it's your turn.
Okay. Still got one more turn after this, yeah?
Yes, with your ability, yes.
Yep. I'm gonna try and do attacks that are aimed to cripple him, or
Okay.
to at least allow me to escape later.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and weaken his movement ability.
Okay, so you've done Thingy Bobby already, haven't you?
Done wind step.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But you've done the ankle shot.
did the ankle shot as soon as he came in.
So what do you want to do then? Just tell me what you want
Well,
to do.
with my sword, I'm probably gonna go for ankles
Mhm.
and knee tendons.
Okay, so give me 2 dexes.
11 and 9.
Easily you cut through the gaps in his armor, and he well, actually, hold on, do you? He's got quite heavy armor on. No, you don't. Your sword bounces off 2 parts of the armor. Do you want to try again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
give
turn,
me.
is it?
Yeah.
4 and a 5.
Oh. You slice into the back of his leg, or back of his knee, and he like rolls down onto one knee. He's like, "Oh, pesky little one, aren't you?" He inhales like a massive breath of fire, similar to an Arian's move, and fires like this gigantic wave of flames at you. Dex again to dodge. Just don't roll a 1.
17.
Yeah, you dodge. You like backflip out the wave, or the fire wave, or you jump clean over it. Against the odds, you completely avoid the fire. Your final turn of your op.
Is he down on one knee?
Yeah, he's trying to stand.
Okay, where is everybody else right now?
You're the only one here. You're surrounded by Northmen.
Have they got a decent enough distance away from me?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably. Yeah, I'm gonna cloak. No, wait, no, I still got one more turn after this, don't I?
No, this is your last hold turn.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cloak.
So yeah, you
move
throw your
away.
cloak up, keeping in mind that there is hundreds of people pouring in through this gap. To get through the gate, you're gonna have to roll some like really high stealth checks without being seen, because
Yeah,
all
that's
these
fine.
people are now looking for you. Ragnar's just laughing. Coward, coward, little man. Roll me 4 stealth checks on Dex, please.
I'm not going towards the gate.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm going back towards the keep. So like
Okay.
around the castle, behind the castle.
Mhm.
Fuck me, I need a map. I need a map. Sorry, I closed it when I restart my PC. Yeah, so I'm going towards the castle, and like my aim is to go to like the back corner.
Okay, keeping in mind that the veil, if that veil comes down, you know you're trapped in there.
Yes. I'm looking until I'm fairly away from other people.
Okay, so they're looking for you to go to the gate. You sneak off. Meanwhile, we'll cut to the escaping crew. Should we pause it here for the night, or do you guys want to finish it? We're close to the end now. If you got another half an hour in you, you're all tired.
I'm fine.
I can,
I'm good.
I can, I can keep going until we're at a good place.
I could imagine trying to pick up at this exact moment might be really difficult.
Yeah. So if you can all bear with it a bit longer.
I'm enjoying it. It's pretty intense and horrifyingly dramatic.
Hesiod's like flying around. The wyverns are coming up towards it. You see like hawk fire, like a giant ice spike, and it hits a wyvern, and the wyvern goes down. And as you arrive, Miranda's force has fallen back. The wagons are loaded up as everyone pushes towards the final bit where we're at the guild district. Freya, you're ahead of this crowd, so we're going to cut to you. Awkward timing as you've just gone mute. Freya, the wagons are going past the guild district. You know that your father was here. The guild district is all aflame with this like big burning fire that's just absolutely like scorched the land. But the passageway to the gates is still relatively safe. Like the knights are doing their best to defend. There's a portal open as these chaos beasts are running through, and you know that the injured are poorly. Well, they can't really fight back.
Okay, so what? I'm she on the wagon. What, going out now?
The gate is on the main road, dead ahead of you. To your
Yeah.
left is the guild district where your father last was,
Yeah.
and to the right is a portal filling the streets full of chaos, and you can see like stalwart defenders are trying their best to hold it back, whilst defenders along the wall are shooting into the crowd of chaos.
I want Freya to try to block that, but she's just not. She's just not there.
Is she just going to stay on the cart?
Yeah.
What, you're not going to go just try and find your dad?
But there's no point. He's dead.
All right.
I forgot to check Eddie. Sorry.
As you continue on driving along the cart, the defenders are doing their best, but they're being overwhelmed by like these heavily armored chaos beasts that are charging through these minotaurs, these harpies and wyverns, and this huge wyvern comes through the portal on ground level and just starts burning the defenders, and then you hear you think you hear your father's voice.
Okay.
As your cart comes to like a ricketing stop as all these people are like desperately fighting, and this wyvern blocks the way.
So, I'm guessing the cart's got no roof or anything on
No,
it. It's just
no. It's just a wagon.
Okay. Can she look up and then can I do a? Is it just in front of us then? The wyvern.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Can she obviously she's like crying and not good, but can she get up and then just walk like kind of gormlessly to the front of the cart?
Mm-hmm.
And could she please do a give me one second, just reading. Yeah, just do a fireball.
So as she goes to fire as fireball as wyvern, this white fire encircles the wagons. It burns straight through the wyvern, cutting its head off, and the wyvern's head plonks into the ground. And all these chaos beasts that are rushing out the portal start running into this fire and are immediately cremated. And through the white flame walks this like half-naked, tall, strong elf carrying the remains of your father. You instantly you look up at this guy and he's got like long pink and white hair, like just flowing wildly as he puts the corpse of your father onto the wagons. Go, leave, all of you. I can buy you time. And then he notices you. My God, Freya. He like walks over to you. You do not even know who I am, do you?
Freya she just collapsed by her father's body.
I'm sorry. He puts his hand on, like a really strong hand on your shoulder. Your father bought me the time I needed to return. His sacrifice will not be in vain. I will give you, your friends, and all the people left in this city time to escape.
Freya like just... Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry for what I did. I wasn't in my right mind. You and your friends, you set me free. Now I failed in my steps and my path, but I will do everything and all I can to protect you, little one. As he like puts his hand on the back of your head.
Could you just like stare up at him, like face just wet of like tears and crying, and then like she doesn't like, really, really lowly says like who are
You
you?
look so much like your mother. And you even wear a ring. A wise choice.
Who are you?
I'm your uncle. Malekith, final king of the elves. Or what remains of him.
How did he die?
I killed him. For that I am sorry. He bore me the time I needed to return to my senses. And the black arrow, he like passes the black arrow into the wagon from behind him. Assisted. No words will ever make up for what has happened, but know that I did not do it because I was right of mind. Your father was a loyal friend, and my brother-in-law. I would have gladly traded places with him in a heartbeat. He was the finest Kingsguard I ever had, other than your mother.
Give Freya like... What's he wearing?
He's shirtless. He's just put on some like leather trousers he's found.
Can Freya like grip onto the fabric of his trousers and just stare up at him and be like, how are you? And then just start crying.
He like wipes your tears away. Now, little one. There'll be time for tears, but it is not now. We can still get these people out. Go, protect the wounded. The Void's veil is fast descending, but I will buy you time to escape. And then I'll do what I can to make things right. He takes a ring off his finger, and you realize it's like almost identical to the one you've got, but a different color. Instead of yours being this like silvery, like dark metal, his is this white ornate metal. But again, it's two snakes, one consuming the other with a single gemstone. Whereas yours is this blue gemstone, his is a white gemstone, and he passes the ring to you. There, now they're reunited.
What do you mean?
The rings. He like ruffles your hair. I would have loved to have watched you grown up. But still, you've done an excellent duty, and your mother would be proud. Go now, Freya. I will slow the veil for as much as I can. You're the last hope of our people. A burden that I never wanted to force into your hands, but alas, You have chosen yourself worthy, should you wish to take it.
What do you mean by that?
You're the heir to the throne of Markef now.
So you just stare at him really blankly. Like...
He, just ruffles your hair again.
His half-scorched hair.
Goodbye, Freya. And thank you for all you've done.
It's just tears running down.
He walks away, and you notice that every time beings try and get close to him, they explode into ash as he transforms once more into this giant dragon. This time, these ornate, shining white scales. He just snaps a wyvern out the air and just immediately crushes it under his mightier jaws. So the dragons, obviously, wyverns are like the Game of Thrones dragons, but real dragons are four-legged. And he takes flight up towards where the barrier is appearing from. You notice that he'll just scorch the path away. So the guy's retreating. Hestia will be like, "What?" as this huge dragon takes off. And you guys immediately will be panicked that this is a bad dragon. But you notice that it starts burning wyverns and harpies out the sky, and it scorches all these streets filled of chaos warriors as it takes flight. So we'll cut to Angel. Angel, you in the cart with the last of the wounded with Clara. You can see the south gate is there. The musket firing is dimming down as people get off the wall and begin retreating into the countryside. And you've just seen a dragon. It flies past you and it burns all the people that were following you, the villains that were following you.
I recognise it as the same dragon that I...
But it's different scales this time. It's no longer black but white scales.
Right. Fucking hell, I hope that's on our side. I'll just go on the earpiece. So sorry, did you say we've got close to the south gate?
Yeah, you can see it ahead.
Voltrum, can you hear me? We're heading back.
Hello. Yeah, Voltrum, you can, easily. You and Miranda are already falling back towards the south gate. You can see Freya's wagons just ahead of you.
Do you know anything about that dragon that just flew over the head? I mean, it seems to be attacking the right people.
That's as much as I know.
Alright, well, we're coming in. We've managed to get everybody out from the Western Front. I haven't heard anything from anyone else, but just hold on and we'll be there in just a second. And just keep heading over, trying to assist as much as possible. I mean, we're actually pretty fine now. Just try and get everyone out from past where that void wall's going to lock us off.
Yeah, so you see that there's, as you get towards Southgate, there's a big white archway that's holding up a large amount of the Vale as people are running in on foot, horseback, wagons, and you're injured past. You see Freya's wagons there dead ahead, and Voltrum rides up beside you on Miranda's horse as what's left of the defense of the fort.
They're not waiting for Henry.
Well, Hestia's very close behind you guys.
Right, yeah, I'm just going to get us all...
And the horses with...
Yeah, they're all super close behind. So the immediately would be Devlan on horseback with a large majority of the knights, and then Hestia flies through.
Just from a purely crowd logistical point of view, we're not going to wait here. We're just going to get everyone out and continue.
Yeah, everyone's sprinting into the countryside. So that, if you remember correctly, the fallback point is there's multiple ones. There's the Church of Solace, Kirkwall, and then the a red-headed woman who I've forgotten. She's got a long line of her army waiting on the hills in the countryside, as well as your guys' fort, Broken Waters Keep.
I'm guessing we're going there.
I'm going to just hold this point and try and make sure we're here up until the bit where the wall gets locked.
So Angel turns around his horse. Clara waits as well as the wagons continue. You see Devlan riding through rapidly with what's left of these bloodied guards that were holding the castle.
How many people are following them?
Oh, hundreds and thousands, but Devlan you'll spot immediately.
Right. Is there anything I can do to assist that? Can we fire any shots in, try and help out?
Oh, no bad guys are chasing them. No bad guys are chasing them.
No bad guys.
Sorry, thousands of our people are running through.
Right. Cool. You're just going to wait and let this occur then.
Is there anything you want to say to Devlan as he rides up to you?
He doesn't have a...
No, he's in earshot.
Oh, Devlan, are you alright?
Oh, things got a bit hairy, but we're all good. Everything's okay.
Right.
We might have left Reiner behind.
Might or have?
Well, it was mostly by his doing, so I'm going to say might, because he might have a plan.
And Henry, Lulan, any of these?
Immediately, this Hestia flies through this narrow gap. Has to be super close to the floor. Horses panic as Hestia flaps over and flies over. So, Chess, your choice is you're the pilot, but down below you can see like thousands of horsemen. If you remember Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, that retreat from Osgiliath, it's a lot like that. Like people are just flooding out on horseback and foot.
Can I get Hestia to land and, I don't know, try and get the king off and whatever off, and say into the earpiece, whoever has it, I don't know where Reiner is. The last I saw him, he was facing off with what's his name? Fucking Ragnar. I saw him facing off with Ragnar. I lost sight of him. I don't know where he is. I don't know what to do.
Reiner, back to you. What's your plan here?
So I would imagine by now 3 turns has gone, so Windstep will be back.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Can I Windstep on top of the wall?
Yes. The seawall or the castle wall?
The castle wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I one step on top of the castle wall. And
Look at it fudging that slingshot.
Yes. I want to get the castle all up as well. Yeah.
And then I want to use my chain arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, can I see any rope around me nearby?
Yeah, there's going to be rope attached to cannons and stuff. Your time is rapidly depleting.
So can I quickly tie a loose thing around a cannon and then scale off the wall?
Yeah. Give me a strength test.
Of the side. 13. Pass.
Yeah, you scale down on what the ocean. Yeah, but so in the castle area, it's just rock face. You fell off there with Miranda.
Yeah, so that's the corner. That's the waterfront. I'm that side.
Oh, what, the land bit?
The land side, yeah.
Okay, so it's a bit of a hard climb. So give me another strength after that. You're off the wall and onto the rocky face of the cliff.
A 7, so pass a dex, and I would not pass a strength.
Okay, so you're gonna slide down the front. Roll a d6 to see how many wounds you take.
Okay. 5.
You take 5 wounds as you slide down, and now give me a dex to see if you can land the roll.
19.
You land the roll. You don't break anything, but you're horribly scraped up. You got some sprains, some like pretty gnarly scratches across you. The veil is still coming down on just outside the walls, so you're going to have to sprint in your injured state to get just outside of it. Keeping in mind there are long ships everywhere, and there are still people disembarking along this side of the beach anyway.
Can I see any solid things that I can wing kick off of to get the other side of the veil?
No, it's flat land, other than like the massive army of Northmen that are camped outside or preparing a camp outside.
Okay, I want to try and get on the other side of the veil.
So they've like a couple of them seen you and start sprinting over as you start sprinting away. Give me a dex.
18.
Yeah, you easily outpace them. You sprint and do like an Indiana Jones slide as the veil comes down, and it's like it's almost like a thin glass, but they're stuck on the other side of it, and they're all like goading you as you're like panting and sweat drenched and bleeding from all these scratches as you kind of slid down a hill.
I did put my my constitution to 10 now, so
yeah,
I am above half health.
Fucking hell, leave it close, why don't you?
Meanwhile, the dragon, the white arch on the southern gate dissipates as a few more stragglers come through, and the veil closes, and you lose vision of the entire city. It's like this misted veil, and we will leave it there for tonight.
Well done, Alex. Fucking hell.
Very well.
That was a good set.
Well done, everyone.
I'm glad we
well done.
pushed it back a bit. That was good.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
We would not have finished that last night.
No,
No.
definitely not. Fuck me, I'm so tired now. So my voice is like hoarse.
Gosh.
Yeah,
You done well. That was a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, you did
Thank
great.
you.
You did very well.
Oh god.
We're back, baby. We're back. Everyone's dying, but we're back.
No,
We're
Jeffrey
all
Bowman
alive.
lived.
I meant the general populace. But...
Jeffrey Bowman was going to die there, but Devlan saved him.
Well done, Devlan.
If Devlan hadn't landed the stun on Ragnar, Jeffrey Bowman would have been dead.
And I would have quit on the spot.
I knew it because you'd made him say some lovely things to Luton.
Yeah,
And therefore I was like, he's dead. He's already gonna die.
I was like, I've got to pick him up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And good math on the old horse riding there, or griffin riding there. But yeah, GG guys.
We made it.
I'm actually gonna have to go because I'm desperate for the toilet.
All right.
And we need to take the dogs out before they shit and piss. So
Yeah.
I will be on the WhatsApp. So put your favourite points on the WhatsApp for me.
Oh, the veil shut.
Oh, yeah, but it's gone. He's gone.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
Have
he's gone.
lovely evening, everyone.
Right, night, guys.
Chat to you later.
Nice.
Well done.
Later.
Love you all.
everyone.
See you soon. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.